Hello everybody! Welcome back for another Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. I hope you're all doing well. Happy Saturday, my friends. Hope everybody's getting some flight sim time in this weekend. Hopefully everybody had a great week, work, school, whatever it may be. Ray, good to see you. Kimberly, good to see you. Kevin, good to see you. Gary P, welcome. Matthew K, good to see you. Not Simple, welcome. Caleb, welcome back. Jason, good to see you. Atto, good to see you. MN Sports Fan, welcome back. Quick Match, good to see you. Matija, good to see you. Leonard, welcome. Marco, good to see you. Givens, good to see you, my friend. Yuckfu, welcome back. Gary P, good to see you. Captain Chad, how are you, mate? Captain Chris Paper, good to see you. Miriam, good to see you. Juggle Stoomp, good to see you. Anthony Baldo's in the house, good to see you, my friend. Mark is here, good to see you, dude. Tenured Amoba is in the house. Doink is here, welcome. Fritz340, welcome. Gage Watkins, good to see you. Captain Swede, welcome back. Neil, good to see you. Captain Korea, good to see you. Greg, welcome back. Justin Perito, good to see you. JR, welcome back. Arrow on the Fly, good to see you. Welcome back, everybody. What do you think of the new intro song? I felt like we needed, listen, as much as I love the Get Dangerous, if we think about the entire scheme of the channel, Get Dangerous maybe isn't the most, maybe if we're like a Call of Duty, full-time Call of Duty or Fortnite streamer or something, that would make a lot more sense. But Flight Sim, you know, anyways, I like the new intro song a little bit better. Get Dangerous has served its purpose. I feel like, you know, every 6 months, every year or something like that. we like to switch up the intro song or something like that. So that's the new song I think we're going to be going with for a while. Get Dangerous gets me pumped, though. It's more for like a gym session. Tyler, what's up, my friend? Dropping the $5 donation. Huge no floaties to you, Tyler. Thanks so much for your support. I really do appreciate it, man. Says, I'm in the sim. I'm going to get set up. Sounds good, man. Thanks for joining us. Huge no floaties to you, and thank you for the $5 donation, man. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, man. Felt like at a Miami nightclub. See, there you go. The song is actually called Airport Wait. Airport Wait. It's supposed to be like an airport wait room song. Emirates Aviation. I'm doing well. Good to see you. Welcome back. Hope all is well. Always good for change every once in a while. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. New song sounds more welcoming for sure. Yes, instead of like a Get Dangerous club bump in your face, right? I agree. Suits the vibe. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what we were going for. So welcome aboard, friends, for the first time in a long time. We're headed down to South America. We're going to Bogota. Very excited for this one. Going to be a lot of fun. Real world FedEx ops. Now, FedEx usually sends the 7.5, 7.6 on this leg, but
I'm in the sim, gonna get set up.
Thank you again, Tyler. Appreciate you, man, with a $5 donation. And we've got Umer coming in with 5 gifted members as well. Umer, thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate you. Incredibly kind. Thank you, guys. If you got a gifted membership from Umer, please make sure that you say thank you. That is incredibly kind. Thank you very, very much, Umer. I truly do appreciate that, my friend. Thank you, dude. Will you try out the Cows DA42? I mean, Ben, you've been watching the channel for... Do you really see me fly general aviation here on the channel, man? Most likely not. I'm sure one of the other content creators will cover it, but for me, a DA42, if you do see it, you'll see it for maybe once a year. It's about the extent of my general aviation flying. This leg is scheduled for 3 hours and 1 minute. 3 hours and 1 minute. Yeah, I mean, we could... I don't know. Is it a freeware plane? Is it a payware plane? I mean, I really don't buy payware GA. I did get the Just Flight... whatever the hell it was, the Piper or something like that. Sean, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Hope all is well. Jonah, good to see you as well. Welcome back. Hope all is well. Ever, good to see you, man. Welcome. Cross the land today. Yeah, what are the... I've never done cross the land. I always just do cross the pond. What were the airports for cross the land this year? Do you like the 747 or the A380 IRL? I like both. I don't really have a favorite IRL, to be honest with you. I like all airplanes. I'm a little bit of a nav geek. Flew from North Africa to Munich in only 1.5 hours. Winds were amazing. Damn, that is crazy. That is crazy. All right, friends, let's jump inside the aircraft. Let's get this bad boy program ready to rock and roll. Again, we're looking at 3 hours into Bogota today. Should be a nice flight. We're cruising up at flight level 330, hopefully up and above the clouds and all the weather here into Miami. Looks like we've got a lineup of FedEx planes here with us. Looks like we've got a couple MD-11s off here, and I saw a 757 that was over here earlier. I don't know if he's still there, but I saw a 75. It's been 5 years since you last flew to Bogota. Has it really been 5 years? Holy macaroni. Cross the Pond has been announced for April 20th. I'm so hyped because it's after my exams for me. April 20th. That's 4/20. Oh, baby. That'll be a good one. All right, cool. First things first. Let's go to our overhead panel. Let's go and get the battery switches on. 1, 2, and 3. Let me turn up the sound so you can hear this beautiful aircraft come to life. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and select our ground power. There we go. Now the aircraft really comes to life. We're going to flip this all the way over to external power. We're going to use BAT 1 today. You have 3 options, BAT 1, BAT 2, BAT 3. It doesn't matter which one. Apparently you alternate between flights just so that all batteries can get the draw. Let's go all the way up top. Adir's left side, right side, and center all set to the nav position. Beautiful. We will continue our scroll down here. Everything looks good. We'll go ahead and arm the no smoking to the auto position. Everything else looks good up here. We'll go ahead and get our nav and logo lights on. Beautiful. Fuel pumps can stay off. We'll go and get APU master start switch on. We can get the window heat on as well. And then we can arm our emergency exits. And that's it for the overhead for now. We'll worry about everything else afterwards. Beautiful. Let's come down here to our electronic flight bag. We are boarding the aircraft, as you saw that. So we're going to go to My Flight. We're going to import from SimBrief. There we go. Miami over to El Dorado. Looking good. Atlanta has been updated. Yes. I think we're going to do Memphis to Atlanta tomorrow. FedEx. More FedEx ops. Memphis to Atlanta, Atlanta to Memphis. I think that's the plan for tomorrow. It's about an hour and 15-minute flight, something like that. So should be a good little balance of having a little bit of a longer haul today, if you will. And then tomorrow we'll do Memphis to Atlanta, and we'll check it out. I saw the pictures. I don't know, man. It doesn't look like much has changed in the V2 of the Imagine Sim. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Do you play in 1440p? No, I play in 1080p. Yeah. How long is the flight? 3 hours on the nose. 3 hours and 1 minute. Monsieur Javis. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great weekend, dude. Hey, Captain. Hope all is well with you and First Officer Daisy. Don't plan on seeing Detroit. No, we are very south of Detroit, RJ. Thank you for your support, my man. Appreciate you, dude. Dropping the $5 dono. Thank you, man. No Detroit today. Maybe Detroit soon, though. We haven't flown in Detroit in a while. Now we can actually have an excuse to fly into there. Get back on the Phoenix soon. Phoenix B2 is supposedly very, very close. Oh, yeah. I'm sure it is. Captain, thoughts? Might do a Brazil tour after Bogota. Probably not, Tony. Probably not, because I just don't have anything planned. Like I said, there's some scenery that's been updated, and there's some scenery that just came out here in the U.S., so probably focus on that. I do want to incorporate more flights like this, though, where we do some like cargo ops down to South America and stuff like that.
Well,
so
with you and
yeah.
First Officer Daisy.
RJ,
Don't
my
plan
man.
on seeing Detroit.
No Detroit, dude. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you, RJ. Incredibly kind. Thank you, my man. Next week we'll check out the new scenery released by iniBuilds Oma. So we'll take a look at that next week. First Faten flight, Captain, taking off 8 right behind you. Nice. I think I'm going to go runway 12 for departure just because of the winds, but same different, right? So, all right, cool. Let's go to my flight. Sorry, we already did that. Let's go to weight and balance. We're going to custom SimBrief cargo from SimBrief, obviously. We're going to update from SimBrief. Beautiful. You can see the load on the aircraft, 41,100. We're basically a full airplane. A little bit of room, but we're basically full. We're going to apply load to aircraft. Beautiful. We're going to come up here. We're going to go finish now. Instant on the fuel. Finish now. Thank you. Beautiful. Cool. So there's our zero fuel weight, 125.85. We're pushing tow limits on this one. So finally got the A300 on Xbox. I'm in the FedEx right now. Hey, nice, John. Did it ship with liveries as well? That's awesome if it did. Let me come back here. It's already asking me to close the door, so I'm going to close that door right there like that. Beautiful. All right, cool. So we've got our weight and balance. All that looks good. Let's spend some time down here on the MICDU, the CDU, the FMC, whatever you'd like to call it. We're going to go to the menu tab. We're going to go to the ACARS tab. We're going to import from SimBrief. Pending. There it is. You see Miami to SKBO. Beautiful. Alternate SKRJ. Good. Cruise level 330, wonderful. We can throw in our iCow code as well, or our flight ID, which is FedEx, what are we, 208? Yeah, FedEx 208. So go ahead and throw that into our flight ID. Beautiful. We'll leave our cost index blank for now. We're going to align the IRS. Beautiful. That's looking good. Sweet. Let's go to our flight plan. Miami, standard instrument departure. Like I said, we're going to plan runway 12 for departure just because of the winds. It makes a little bit more sense. So runway 12 is coming in, and we're going to be on the Guava 2 departure. Guava 2, Chad. I don't know if I've ever taken the Guava 2. We might have taken the Guava 2 out of here, but Guava 2 with the Ursus transition out of runway 12. We'll insert that. Beautiful. We're not going to plug in any arrival quite yet. Again, we're a good couple hours away from Bogota. So no arrival quite yet. We'll plan that as we get a little bit closer to the airport. Let's go back to our NitRef tab. Who is that? We've got CHLM gifting 2 members to the channel. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you, dude. Guys, if you got a gifted membership to the channel, please make sure you say thank you. I feel like there's something stuck in my throat. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you, CHLM. And again, guys, Ben and Ken, if you guys can say thank you to CHLM for gifting you a membership for the months. Huge no floaties to you, CHLM. Thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate you, dude. Hey, I'm watching on the TV today. Love flying this route. Infinite flight, best I've got for the time being. Hey, Chaz, no worries, man. Glad you're enjoying, man. Thank you very much for being here. All right, initial cost index is going to be set to 5. We will bump that up once we get to cruise altitude. It's looking like it wants a cost index of 35 once we get to cruise altitude, which makes sense. We might bump it up a little bit more just to give us like a Mach 0.80 or something on cruise. Cool. Init B page now gets filled out. Zero fuel weight, we're looking at 125.9. 125.9. Good, and we'll throw that into our zero fuel weight. Block fuel for today's flight. 24.6 on the block fuel. Oops, don't need two of those. 24.6, good. We'll throw that into our block fuel. And then our zero fuel weight CG, which is going to be down here. 30.7 is what we're aiming for. 30.7. And we'll throw that into there. Beautiful. It's going to fill out our init page. That should all be done. Now we go to our takeoff and departure performance. We can go and grab some numbers. Come up here. We'll go to our performance tab. Beautiful. We're going to select runway 12 for departure. We're going to sync up the live weather, sync up the configuration as well. Our weights 149.9, fairly heavy today. Calculate that. Probably gonna, I was going to say our flex temp is going to be real low. 43 degrees on the flex temp, 49, 49, 53. So 149, 149, and then 153 we have to set an
white bricks in
FCU.
Bogota that I need you to pick up, please.
Oh, white bricks in Bogota. I don't know what that could be. I'm going to turn a blind eye to that one. Mr. Mark, thank you very much for the $5 donation, my friend. I appreciate you, dude. Incredibly kind. Thank you, man. Doesn't Bogota have an elevation of I think it's 8,000 feet, dude. I'm pretty sure. Bogota approach, just select one of the approaches. Airport elevation 8358. Bananas. So we have to remember that the aircraft is going to fly differently. It's going to feel a lot heavier on approach, especially at 8,300 feet. It's wild, man. Yeah, they're up there in the mountains, dude. It's up there in the mountains. Okay, cool. We're looking good. Let's go upstairs. Let's go ahead and spool up the APU. We'll hit the start switch on the APU. Good. We'll get our fuel pumps on as well. We'll take care of all of that. Good. On. Seatbelts can go on. We'll get our red beacon light on as well. I believe that they're done the boarding process. They are. Everybody's pushing back. Beautiful. The only other thing that actually, we're pretty much done. Everything has been set. Everything's ready to go. TCAS, I did get a auto ATC message because we don't have any ATC on. It says that my squawk code should be 1175. So I'm going to set that now. 1175. Hold shift. It goes a little bit faster. 1175. Good. 1175. I'm just going to set that to TA. Okay, we should have a good APU. There it is. APU is green and available. You can see it right there. Avail. Beautiful. We can disconnect the ground power. We can turn on the galley power. We can get our pitch trim, yaw damper trims, and ATS on. We can flip the APU bleed system on. You'll audibly hear the bleed systems turn on. And we can go to GSX and we can prepare for pushback and departure. There's the bleed systems turning themselves on. Prepare for pushback and departure. Beautiful. All right, cool. Let's come down to the tablet. We're going to go to our ground equipment. We're going to toggle GPU and toggle chocks. We're then going to have to make sure that our park brake is set, which it is. Beautiful. Cool. Looking good, chat. And then again today, our Flex 2, and we're going to 43 degrees on the Flex. So those engines are going to be screaming out of here. Flex of 43 degrees. So our N1 is going to be 1029. Woohoo! Hey Cap, may I join you? Anybody's able to join, man. We're on the VATSIM network, dude. You can join at any time that you would like. No ATC on, so we'll just do initial climb to 10,000. And then it was 153, I believe, on our rotation. I'll check that here in a second. 153, 153 V2. Okay, beautiful. 153 is set. We can go nav track, we can go profile climb, and then we can pre-select 153, and then we'll set 240, which should be clean plus 20. So we'll do that there. If we look down here, we'll see what's clean speed. Clean speed is 209. So there we go. Or sorry, clean speed's 234. Wow, okay. So we're gonna set 250 on this guy. There we go. Cool. This is a really interesting flight. I don't know if we've ever done this flight, to be honest with you. Miami to Bogota. Like I said, I've been wanting to do more South America. So for me, I'm excited for this one. I love being able to do like different flights we haven't done in a while. What in the hell is going on over here, chat? Sir, your A300 is broken. We are going nose left, tail right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Park brake is released.
All engines clear. Start at
Beautiful. How often do you do flights from Flight Suggestions? It depends, man. Sometimes more weeks than others. It really depends where I'm flying Tisserman. It depends about who is, what seating we were flying, what aircraft we're flying. Are we doing some type of promotion or something like that, right? So, yeah. Okay, engine start system A is on, fuel pumps are on, everything looks good, bleed system is on. Let's spool up engine number 2. Let's turn those sounds up for us here, chat. Engine number 2 is spooling. We got N2 percentage on the rise. Beautiful. Again, we're looking for anything above 23%. We should be able to introduce N2. Anything above 23. There is 23 now. We'll introduce fuel. Hello from France, Captain. Hope you're doing well. Ozzy, good to see you, man. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Bonjour, mon ami. Quick question. I saw sometimes when you do pushback with GSX, it says face south on Whiskey Alpha or whatever. How do I get that? Instead of turn left, nose or right, if that makes sense. It does. When you see that 777, it means that I have a custom profile for GSX. You can download profiles for airports on flightsim.to. Can we also take a second to look at the modeling and the paint job right now? This is the dirty or old FedEx livery. Look at the paint chip around the engine cowling. Look at like the dirt and grime that gets built up. Man, it's fantastic. About time Cap flies to Colombia. Oh baby. Hey man, made to Bogota. How's it going, Cap? Good to see you, Austin. Welcome back, man. All is well, my friend. All is well. I hope you're having a great Saturday. All right, let's go and set our park brake.
Unlocking gear.
Good. We'll go ahead and spool up engine number 1. Start. Again, we'll confirm N2 percentage on the rise. Good. Anything above 23%, we can introduce fuel. New flight model for the fly-by-wire yesterday. Did you see? I did see it. That's something that we'll probably take a look at in the next couple of weeks, man. Yeah. Be interesting to see how she flies. Introduce fuel number 1. Would you say that the A300 flies better than the 7.5? I'd have to have both in this sim to compare them, David. In my opinion, the A300 is one of the best hand-flying airliners that we have. It feels sturdy, it feels big, it feels smooth. That's just my opinion, of course, right? But one can hope that the PMDG 777 flies similar to this one, just as far as like weight and balance and how it feels on the yoke. Thinking of buying the Boeing yoke, is it good? Hands down the best yoke on the market, AF Games. I mean, obviously, there's yokes that you can get for $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500. I'm talking about for the average everyday user of less than $500, $400. It is the best on the market. It is absolutely fantastic. Has completely changed the way that I fly my aircrafts and stuff. Munich currently has over 200 arrivals, currently on a hold since they don't let traffic in. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens with the cross the land to stuff, man. It's another reason why I don't want to take part in any of these cross the land type stuff. Just not for me, man. I'd rather just go and do my thing. All right, slats and flaps, 15 degrees, chat. Beautiful. Let's go auto brake over to max RTO. Ground spoilers are armed. We need a pitch trim value of, down 0.1. Set that down 0.1. Should be good right about there. Beautiful. Slats and flaps, 15 degrees. Upstairs on the overhead, continuous relight is on. APU bleed system comes off. Probe heats come on. APU Gen is off. Gen 1 is on. APU comes off. Nose light over to taxi. Beautiful. Davis, my man, celebrating 50 months. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you for your support, dude. I appreciate that. That is incredibly kind. 50 months. Chat, please show some love for Mr. Davis. 50 months as a first-class member. And we got BombTech celebrating 11 months. One more month away until he gets his year badge. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you for your support, dude. I appreciate you. That is incredibly kind as well, man. Thank you, BombTech. Man, do we have to do the throttle calibration again? Hold on. I do. Holy. Okay, hold on. Let me put park brake on for a sec. I updated the aircraft 1.06, but I guess you have to do throttle calibration every time you do it. Start calibration. Set idle position. Good. Set toga position. Good. Okay. Now we should be good. Park brake. Off. Yes, now we're good. Hey, Captain, is there any way I can see your route? Because if you fly in the ZDC ARTC, I can staff you with ARC. This is my route. We go right over top of Cuba, right over top of Jamaica, and then down and into Colombia. A lot of water today. A lot of water. Wayward celebrating 39 months. Huge no floaties to you as well, man. Thank you for your support, dude. Appreciate you. And we got Reggie celebrating 16 months. Man, holy macaroni. Thank you all for the support, guys. I truly do appreciate it. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got JJ celebrating 11 months as well. Huge no floaties to you, JJ. Says 11 months of amazing extreme captains. We'll never forget the CVG landing. Oh, baby. Something wasn't right with that runway. All right, we're going to go all the way up here to Kilo 1, and then we'll make a cross at Kilo 1, which is coming up here. We'll cross our runways. There's a bunch of chatter going on. Try and listen just in case I'm not pulling in front of anybody. I don't see anybody on final here, so I think we should be good to cross the runway. What is ETE? Estimated time on route. Estimated time on route. All right, we're crossing the runways. We got a United 777. Is that Atto flying with us in his United 777? Rohan celebrating 1 year. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thanks so much for support. Says cross the pond on 420 will be pretty lit. You know I will be. Whether the stream is or the stream isn't, I will be. For sure. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thanks for your support, dude. I appreciate you as always, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is that Latin VFR scenery? It is. Yeah, it could definitely use an update. Performance is not so bueno. Using frame gen, and we're still only getting like high 40s. Nothing wrong with that, but oh, what the hell? How are you already on rotation? That's some Captain Sim shit right there. This man is rotating down the runway. He's pulling a nose wheel. That's Captain Sim. All right, here's runway 12. This one's for us. Are you getting the PMDG 777? Well, that's just a silly question. Yes, of course. You realize I do this as a full-time job, right? What kind of content creator would I be if I wasn't getting...
Traffic United 83 heavy clear, runway 12, climbing out of 2000.
We getting the PMDG 777. We're getting the A350 by 420? Well, I don't think so. Yeah. What's that aircraft upside down? Where? Did I miss something? Miami traffic, FedEx 28 landing on runway 12. How do I hear myself again? It's because that's
Columbia 4401, exiting the runway 9 via Quebec Tango crossing.
You hit some lag on rollout? Oh, dude, it looked like you were doing looked like you were pulling a wheelie down the whole runway. All right. Holding it right here like that. Beautiful. Look to the right. Where? Oh. That's somebody pushing back. That's an Atlas 747 pushing back. There was an echo? Yeah, I know. It's because whatever reason when you come in, it's got COM 1 and COM 2 enabled, so it creates this weird echo. You gotta do that. Right, Davis? Yeah, no. Not from me. All right, that was a 777 departing in front of us, so we shouldn't have to worry about keeping up with him. He's probably going to be blasting out of here. So, Miami traffic, UPS 28 departing runway 12. Why is it still doing that? Oh, I know why. Just because I have to do that. There we go. GSX on VATSIM is just comedy gold, dude. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. All right, friends. Yo, cam is on. You guys ready to go? Turning the sounds up. It's going to be loud because these engines are going to be blasting out of here. Let's go. Throttles up to 40%. Chrono's on. Y'all ready? Let's do it. Nose down pressure. Toga. positive rate. Gear up.
Flying traffic, Delta 2099 will be flying runway 81.
Bumpy. Climb power's in. Already getting TCAS warnings. Let's go flap retraction.
Heavy traffic. Columbia 141, crossing runway 12.
There's an add-on rotation. I apologize, guys.
Delta 2099, take off.
All right, 220. We can go slats retracted. All right, let's bug up our cruise altitude, which is going to be 33,000 feet initially. Flight level 330 is in. Speed check's good. 6,000 feet. Following flight directors. That is beautiful. Let's go ahead and engage autopilot 1. Good. Bring you guys back up into the flight deck. Turn those sounds down here just a little bit. Hey, there we go, chat. Nice departure out of here. It is bumpy. Holy hell. Hey, Kev, what is your GSX setting? My GSX moves a little too fast. I think I just have them set to dense. As far as like timings and stuff.
Traffic, Delta 2099, clear of A1, and climbing through 1,700.
Is there someone behind you at 100 feet? I have no clue. That climb out, up and above the clouds, a little bit of smoother air up here as well. Not getting bumped around so much. All right, cool. Gear is locked and off. Ground spoilers are disarmed. Nose light is off. Wing light is off. Runway turnoffs are off. Beautiful. And we'll wait for 10,000 feet. We're approaching 10,000 feet in a second here. Then we'll get landing lights and start switches off as well. Look behind you, the trolls are out. Who, this guy? I mean, I wouldn't really say a troll. My guess is that he probably departed on runway, or has he just been following me the whole time? If you've been following me the whole time and that's you right there beside my aircraft, I would suggest not doing that. This is VATSIM, not like Microsoft multiplayer. There's a time and place for those, but my guess is he probably departed on runway 8 as we departed on runway 12. I don't know. Landing lights off, engine start ignition switches to the off position as well. Make sure that our logo lights are on. Good. Any plans for Abu Dhabi next week, man? Next week when we're back in Europe, you know, over on that side of the world. Abu Dhabi will be next week, yes. Gonna fly LXGB since I don't have a livery that suits flying to Bogota. No worries. Same runner and everything took off right behind you. Oh, okay, it's one of those. Well, he's logged off. I think he realizes that it's not. We're not playing on Microsoft Flight Sim servers. It's the actual VATSIM servers, and you'll get kicked off the network for doing stuff like that. Are we flying Las Vegas next week? No, next week we'll be in Europe / the Middle East. doing some tours around there. You mean tomorrow? No, tomorrow we're going to look at Imagine Sim Atlanta version 2. It's been a while since you flew to India. It has been a while. Yep. Skyworker, what's up, my mate? Good to see you, dude. Chiefs or 49ers? I have no clue, man. I wouldn't be the right person to ask for that, that's for sure. Recap, what settings are you using on Microsoft? MSFS L29, just high-end preset, and then scroll down, put your clouds to ultra, scroll all the way down, put your trees to low. Yeah, pretty simple. Recap, flying to Jeddah, since you're going to be in the Middle East, I control Jeddah. Maybe, we'll see, man. We'll see if we can fit that into the ops. That was you, sorry, what? That was you flying the aircraft? Yeah, I mean, you just got to, you know, if you want to fly on VATSIM, you got to do a little bit better of a job of, you would never have two airplanes take off right behind each other, right? That's not how it works with aviation. If you're more interested in just kind of fucking around, and you'll have to wait for those specific streams. We do like general aviation fly-ins and stuff like that, but when you're flying on the VATSIM network, we got to do our best to kind of just adhere to real world procedures, right? So 2 to 3 minute separation time in between departures. You don't take off right behind somebody. Try by the TC Airbus throttle and joystick. I fly the Phoenix A320 very much. I mean, if you do, absolutely. It's one of the best options out there. Best bang for your buck, that's for sure. Nice. Glad you're... Yes, got you. Okay, sorry. I'd love to be at Vegas right now for all the Super Bowl flights. I remember about 10 years ago, Delta really increased their capacity for the Super Bowl weekend in New Orleans. Interesting. New Orleans. Hey, Gap, hope you're well. Have you changed your turbulence settings? Are you still on low? I'm on medium now. I'm on medium, but we're also using Real Cat Turb. So if you put !RT in chat, I'll provide you with a link to it. Tyler, thanks so much for support, man. I appreciate you. Do we have good spacing? I am Delta 2099. I don't know. I'm not... hold on, I can have a look. VAT glasses... VAT glasses. I don't know. Whoever the MR30 is not doing a good job.
Do we have good spacing on Delta 2099?
Delta 2099. Oh yeah, we have perfect spacing. I don't know who MRW30 is. Whoever MRW30, well, he's going that way. He's going off that way. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, we're fine now. We are fine. You and I have perfect spacing between Delta 2099 and myself. Perfect spacing. We've got United and FedEx in front of us as well. Great spacing. We should be good. We should be good, my friend. Should be good. Chat, if you're enjoying the stream, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. Tyler, thank you again for the $5 donation. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Incredibly kind, dude. He kept Airfly DC3 or some prop planes for fun or otherwise? Not really, man, to be honest with you. Not really. The only props that I really like are like the ETRs, Q400s, stuff like that, man. Stuff like that. Cap, have you tried or want to try VR? Tried it. Personally, not a fan. It's not for me, but it's for... I know other people absolutely love VR, so... Yeah. At least there's no ATC. There is no ATC. Yeah, we don't have to do, like, circling... Don't have to get vectored in, like, circles and stuff like that. I do agree. Alright, let's get some tunes bumping, friends, shall we? Turn that down a little bit. Turn that down. There we go. Climbing up and away, friends. Unfortunately, this flight is going to be a lot of water. A lot of water on this flight today, chat. We are going to pass over Cuba, though. We are going to pass over Jamaica. And then, of course, absolutely more water until we reach the coastline here of Colombia. And then we are into Bogota. Should be a fun one. Looking forward to it. do you use Track IR? I use Tobii Eye Tracker, which is very similar to Track IR. Curious to see how the SKBO scenery is. There's two sceneries out there. I believe this is the better of the two. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure this is the one that I was told to pick up, so. Yeah. All right, standard barrel through 18,000 feet. 3 hours is painful over water. We'll have some areas for like 20, 30 minutes that we're flying over land and stuff, but yeah, most of the flight is over water. It's one of those flights. Divi 14 right, to be honest. I don't know though. What do you mean for runways?
Delta 2999 will be stepping away for a minute.
Are you going to be in Sim Update 15 beta? Probably not. No, I'll probably wait for the full release. Airport flight level 400 getting a nice 60 knot tailwind. Oof, nice. I believe you now the A300 is different from the 310, a little more refined. 100%, John. 100%. Yeah. I've heard of crazy stuff with the new Apple Vision Pro and Flight Sim linking together. It's a wild experience, but I don't know. Maybe, man. Maybe. I haven't seen anything about that yet. No. Cap, what do you think of the Imagine Sim Atlanta update? I haven't installed it yet. I have to go and re-download it. But yeah. However, will you fly the FSS E-Jets? I will fly them once they get a custom FMC and a custom autopilot. In its current state right now from FSS, all you're doing is basically buying a model of an E170. The systems are not there. The autopilot is just not there. It's all default. It's default FMC, default autopilot. It doesn't warrant me purchasing their aircraft and supporting their project right now. They got to actually do some stuff here over the next year. And yeah, Cameron, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Hope all is well. Seems like this airport is high up in the mountains, 8,500 feet. 8,500 foot is the airport elevation. Yeah. You can see your monitor and everything, how you see it now, but putting the headset on, you will touch all the extra screens and move around. It's insane. Does sound crazy. Yeah. On that note, I just Alt F4'd my E170 flight from Miami to the DR in the 170. Why did you Alt F4 it? Cal, what's up, man? The winds right now, I believe, are favoring the 14s. Now, things can obviously change, right? But winds currently right now, 130 at 11, broken at 2,500 feet. So, definitely favoring the 14s right now. The cargo that we're parking at is all the way down here, so we'll probably take 14 right for the arrival. Love the length of the runways as well, 12,500 feet, 3,800 meters. Because of the airport elevation, you need that extra room. Yeah, about the Imagine Sim Atlanta, I really don't know, man. I guess we're not going to know till the screenshots really don't do it very much justice. Don't suggest that it's a crazy version 2 of the first one. I don't know. We'll see, man. We will see. Kind of frustrated with Phoenix. It's going on 2 months, no updates or nothing. Yeah, after they said weeks from release. Not months, but weeks away. What's your opinion on the Freeware 310 by iniBuilds? Is it usable? Absolutely, Neil. Yeah, it's fantastic. One of the best default aircraft ever. Yeah. Doing this flight with you, the Avianca 787. Nice. Very cool, man. What's going on at Munich? Too much traffic there with no event reported. Yeah, it's cross the land, Cav. Cross the land. Brandon, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well, my man. Good to see you. FMC issues? Yes. Yes. Remember a couple of days ago when we were talking about how you told me that you supported them even more by buying the 190 and 195, and I laughed at you? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yes, we do. I mean, 12 weeks is still weeks, I guess. True, but the way that they made it sound like it was like 2-3 weeks away, and now I think we're going on week 6 or 7. I don't know, man. Like I said, dude, they keep shooting themselves in the foot with this one, to be honest. Can you recommend an airport in Europe? There's so many, man. There's so many. So many. Tyler, my man, dropping the $5 donation. Huge no floaties to you, my man. Another 5 bones from Tyler. Says, I have 1-3 right for your arrival. Interesting. Is your AirAC maybe not up to date? Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. He told me that he bought the E190 and the E195. I put the throwing up face emoji, and then I said, sorry, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. It's exactly what I did. That just shows how much I want a new plane. I get it, man. I get it, dude, but supporting developers that do not deserve our support is like the one thing that I refuse to do. Like I said, man, I took a chance. People were dying and literally pleading with me to fly the E170 and the E175. So I said, all right, fuck it. You know what? I'll take a chance. It's $30. It's not the end of the world. Let me take a chance on the aircraft. Let me see what it's like. What happened? We flew it for a couple streams and I shelved it. And I was like, it's not ready. It's not. Like, it's just, okay, cool. Yes, we have a model of an E170 and an E175 now, but like...
I have 13 right for re-arrival.
Yeah, maybe your AirAc's not up to date, but I don't know, it just gave me that flight plan. I'm using the 737-800. Weird. Maybe 13 is the correct. Somebody was saying, actually, when I was looking at the forums yesterday, somebody was saying that maybe it is 13s and not 14s. I don't know. Maybe it's not, maybe it hasn't been updated for you because you're not using scenery, but I think it was 13s and they switched to 14s, but yeah. FSS looks good, but the flight model is so light. I don't even mind the flight model. To me, it's the lack of systems, the lack of autopilot, the lack of an FMC. It's been over a year now, you know, like the aircraft released a year and 2 months ago, a year and 3 months ago. So, going to the shooting range now. I'll catch the landing later. Sounds good, man. America. I'm getting 13 right, too. I think the 13s were the old runway numbers. Okay. Interesting. How do you get that background on the EFB? Where's JJ? JJ, are you here? I don't know how JJ did it. JJ does all that stuff for me. Can't go direct on stars. I mean, that's one of the issues. You can't go direct anytime. It doesn't draw a new magenta line or something like that. I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. Like I said, man, to me, if you're gonna sell an aircraft as a payware aircraft, it needs to be distinguishably different from a freeware mod on flightsim.to or something like that, right? Like, in my opinion, fly-by-wire, Horizon, all these other mods and stuff, they're better. They're better than the FSS E-Jets. Now, I'm not saying that the FSS E-Jets won't get to that point, but it's been a year and 2 months, a year and 3 months, and we still don't have a custom FMC and a custom autopilot. I don't know about you, man. I don't know if we're ever going to get one. The way these guys, I mean, it's slower than molasses over there at FSS Jets. You know, like, it's crazy, man. What have you been doing in the last year plus? It should be all hands on deck on getting a custom FMC and autopilot. Enough of this retexturing, enough of this new cockpit textures, enough with just the mindless work. Like I said, man, it reminds me exactly of the Magnite project. All of these promises of a high fidelity 787, and 7 years later the Magnite is still not good. I don't know. That's the one thing that really gets me upset as well, is them releasing an E190 and an E195 with the E170 and 175 in its current state. To me, as somebody that's been in this hobby for as long as I have been, it just screams money grab. It just screams, we're never going to finish these projects. Just give us your money and shut up already. That's what it screams to me, but I don't know, man. Yeah. Have you been to the Skibo scenery with the V-Pilot designs for? Interested in the quality? I have not, Skyworker. I picked it up a while ago on sale from some recommendations from friends about when I do fly into there, but yeah. We haul an extra factor meals today? Oh, baby. Any good haulers? 78774 A330? Not really, man. Yeah. Yeah, releasing the next model without finishing the first. Yeah, that's what I mean, Tom. Yeah, it's not good. The Magnite is still in development and still sucks. It's like going on 7-8 years now. Yeah, I understand your point of view. It gives variety. Can't fly the same thing over and over. I mean, I understand what you're saying, Maverick, but in my opinion, that's not an excuse for mediocrity. And again, we can agree to disagree, but if FSS was truly here for designing a proper quality aircraft, we would not have received an E190 and an E195 with the current state that the E170 and E175 are in. that is basically a default mod of an aircraft, right? You have a custom exterior, custom modeling, but default autopilot systems, default FMC. Half of the airplane is default assets that you get by just launching the Microsoft Flight Simulator SDK. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just all of the stuff, again, that you would expect from a third-party aircraft is not there, and it's still not there after a year of development. And that's where it goes, okay, well, how are we going to approach this? You know? FSS still doesn't have the VNAV, which is important. Definitely not getting until the custom FMC and LNAV VNAV comes out. I agree. Yeah, I agree. And like I said, I don't have a problem with them releasing the E170 and the E175 as early access, but come on, man, finish that jet before you start trying to take more money from people. The jet is, it's literally, like I said, man, it's like you're flying a default airplane. There's nothing to it other than it looking good and like the texturing and modeling being okay, better than probably the freeware stuff. I don't understand how you release another version of your aircraft with it in a current state that it has. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. They did say early on though that their plan be to release the way that they have been upfront on what to expect on everything. I mean, that's cool, Mav. Like, I can, again, I'm not disagreeing with you here, and I'm just giving you my perspective. It just feels scummy. It feels shady. We've been in the flight sim, and how many projects of this have we seen that have come up? And I don't know, man. Like I said, if you want to believe in them, you can believe in them. Like I've said, I don't wish them ill will. I'm just being a realist here, man, and I just don't ever see this project coming to fruition. And if it is, I feel like it's going to be so far in the future from now. We're talking years away. You know, these are also the type of guys that, and I'm going to tell you what I personally think is going to happen is they're not going to have the E170, the E175, the E190, the E195 completed by the time Microsoft 2024 comes out. And guess who's going to be there knocking at your door saying, oh, we have a custom FMC and a custom autopilot panel, but you got to pay extra to get it in Microsoft 2024 because we're not developing it for Microsoft 2020 anymore. We're now developing it for Microsoft 2020. How much you want to bet that's going to happen? I'm willing to put money on it. Willing to put money that you don't get anything substantial from them in the lifetime of 2020. 2024 is going to come out and they're going to ask you for an upgrade fee. And that upgrade fee is going to promise the likes of a custom FMC and a custom autopilot, which probably still won't be ready by the time 2024 comes out. That's just my 2 cents. Again, if you want to purchase it and you want to support them and sure, I don't care. I also get that people are bored, and I also get that people need other variations of aircraft, but I feel that paying for them is not the way to go. There's a bunch of freeware stuff that you can go and fly that's decent. You do not need to be giving people money to basically buy an external shell or model of an airplane. That's just my opinion. That's just, yeah. Don't have to bet. It's definitely going to happen. 100%. It's not. You can tell when you have development groups and dev groups. You can tell immediately. At least for me, I can tell immediately who's here to actually develop a proper product and to build a fan base. And then you can tell the people that are just here to collect a quick little dollar from everybody. And to me, like I said, I've seen this whole spiel that FSS is doing. I've seen it in the Magnite before. I've seen it in other projects as well. And to me, I just feel that everybody's going to end up getting burned. But hey, man, it is what it is. I would say a lot of things these days seem fishy, and there are too many beta releases, but I do agree that it's like a new standard of the flight sim, but sadly, this is how things are turning into right now. Yes and no. I don't necessarily think that's... Yes and no. Are there more Captain Sims, Latin VFRs, FSSs out there? Absolutely. There's a lot of them now, and I think, again, reiterates what I was just saying. They're not here for the community. They're not here to build a following and to build on successive releases, right? Captain Sim, Latin VFR, FSS, all of those guys, Breedoc, they're all here to make as much money as they can before the real companies start developing aircraft and putting them out, right? Who is going to choose between a Captain Sim or a PMDG 777 if they're both sitting there right beside you? Okay, sure, there are some people that don't know the difference and they're just going to go based off of price and they're going to buy the Captain Sim because it's half the price of the PMDG. But any serious simmer that's going to be doing this for years to come is going to pick up, obviously, the PMDG 777. So that's where these companies, like I said, man, in a year or two from now, you're probably not going to even see or hear of Captain Sims, Latin VFRs, FSSs. I just don't see it. I just don't see the long-term longevity. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Again, you don't have to agree with me. I'm not saying that we have to agree on this. I know that there's other content creators out there just for content. They want to fly other aircraft and stuff like that. I get it, man. Trust me, dude. It's been 3 years of me flying basically the same 4 jets around. I get it, dude. Like we're starved, but I also feel it's important as a content creator and as somebody who is a voice of reason in the flight sim community. It's important that I also stick to my own standards that I have. And I would never suggest that you spend your hard-earned money on products like Captain Sim, Latin VFR, FSS E-Jets. It just wouldn't happen, man. There's no way I could, like, subconsciously think that that's okay. I get it, man. I get it. We're starved for airplanes. We need airplanes. I totally get that. But that's not an excuse for mediocrity. That's not a... What's happening right now is people are putting jets out and we're all being like, well, there's nothing to fly, so we might as well just buy that. It's like, nah, man. Let's not do that. Let's not do that at all. You think TFTI MD-11 is a scam? No, not at all. No. I would hope someone makes a really good 737-200. I think somebody was making one, but I'm not sure. Unfortunately, part of the people who buy the products, I'm willing to bet, are kids. It's just whatever's there, maybe because their favorite Swiss 001 video showcased a 777 landing on small runways. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong, Cal. Stop buying these products, people, if you do because you're impatient and want to see new planes, and you have part of the problem. The devs are allowing themselves to release quarter completed products. Yep. They're going to make up some stupid excuse and charge for the VNAV and custom FMC update. I don't know, man. I don't know. Milviz was making one for Microsoft, but something happened. Listen, dude. Again, if we had a nickel for every time Milviz announced a product that they were starting and then canceled it, we'd all be rich. It's, I don't understand Milsim, man. They were supposed to make an ATR, and then Microsoft said we're making an ATR, and they scrapped the ATR. They were supposed to be doing a 737-200, and now you're saying that they're not doing a 737-200. I don't know what's going on, dude, with them. Those guys are interesting. Interesting. Accepted mediocrity is a huge problem these days. Excellence is rare. I would agree. Yeah. The release dates are not being met. Otherwise, we would have done great ones. Phoenix, Aerosoft, everyone's got delays. Yeah, and you have to wonder if they're just holding off until either SDK issues or if they're just holding off for 2024. You know? They had screenshots, they looked far into it, but then they scrapped it. Yeah, it's not the first time. Yeah. TFTI is not a scam, it just released too early. Got you. Okay. Wish Microsoft would categorize that better. They say it is a new plane, but it's just a shell. Correct. Yes. Because of the communities and patientness, developers are releasing such garbage products. Well, like I said, I think more so what you're seeing is you're seeing developers take advantage of the fact that there is a market there, because everybody, it's been, like we said, 3+ years of basically flying a 737 and an A320 around. It isn't up until about 6 months ago, 6 to 9 months ago, that the default 747 and 787 was fixed, right, and made the default stuff a little bit more flyable. But it's been slim pickings, man. Slim pickings. There are many older high-fidelity airliners out there, although I understand that's not everyone's cup of tea. It's much better than buying FSS Latin VFR Captain Sam. Older airliners, to clarify. There are some good ones, yeah. TFDI is very well known. They're here for the community and not for the money. They're outstanding people and outstanding team. There you go. I don't think it's quite the same, Mav, to be honest with you. I mean, you cannot go and buy the MD-11 right now. Could you do the pre-order? Sure. Do I disagree with the whole pre-order thing? Absolutely. I'm not even going to hide that. I was not a fan of the way that they did that whole pre-order, you get it early, but that was what they said, right? You pre-order the airplane, you get to basically beta test it and alpha test it for us. FSS is out there basically claiming that this is you're beta testing the jet, but they're accepting anybody. You can go and buy. You can't buy the MD-11 right now. If we tried to go buy the MD-11, you can't buy it, right? So buying into the MD-11, you knew that you were getting a little bit of a more, a beta testing role or whatever it may be. I think it's a little bit different. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Leonardo MD-80? It's decent, Jason. I'm kind of MD-80'd out. I flew a lot of MD-80s back in the X-Plane days. The Rotate MD-80, to be specific. I'm a little bit MD-80'd out, but it is a great aircraft. The system depth on the Leonardo MD-80 is pretty impressive. It's it'll punish you if you don't do things correctly. Yeah. Serious question, is TFDI is so for the community, then why haven't they updated packs in years? I'm still hearing the same flight attendant voices in that program. Ridiculous. Can't you go and install your own? I thought they opened it up to the community. I thought you could go on like their website, on the PAX website, and you can download a bunch of different like flight attendants and stuff like that. Can you not? I thought you could. Or on flightsim.to. I thought there were a bunch of different like packs that you could do, but yeah. Buying the plane over a year before. Well, I mean, like I said, Mav, you knew what you were signing up for, right? You knew what you were buying into when you got the MD-11. Like you knew what this was about. It was as clear as day. That's kind of what I'm saying. Now, one could argue the FSS, same thing, right? There is a disclaimer when you buy it. This is a beta product, and we're constantly working and updating the aircraft. Like I said, I don't know. It just feels scummy, man. Maybe it's just me. Maybe my guard is up just because of past experiences in the flight sim community with stuff like this. Maybe I'm just guarded. Maybe I'm jagged, right? So, but I don't know. I just don't see FSS doing anything. And now you're telling me FSS is somebody was saying the other day, last week or something, that FSS is working with Aerosoft now. The lead developer at FSS is working with Aerosoft. I mean, it's just, I don't know, dude. It just seems like some crazy conspiracy. I don't know. From someone who has flown the TFDI 717 and P3D loads, wait for a full version of the MD-11 from TFDI. It'll blow your mind. I'm not worried about it. I do agree that obviously I think something is, I think a lot of these developers are, I don't think that they're obviously underestimating the development time that it takes for some of these things, right? Almost every developer, like somebody mentioned before in chat, almost every developer at this point has missed a timeline, has missed, there's so many missed opportunities right now. And, yeah. I feel TFDI is more transparent on updates and patches, come very frequent. Could be, yeah. Watched an X-Plane 10 stream of yours last night. Makes me wonder, we look back 7 years from now and think Microsoft looks awesome. Evolution of the sim has been wild. I don't know, Padre. Not really, man, because if you think about it, X-Plane 7 years later still kind of looks the same, Padre. I don't know. I don't think we're going to look back and say, but we'll see in 7 years if we look back and go, wow, this, man, this guy is just absolutely cruising. What is my init ref? What's our Mach? 772. Let's go to like a 75 cost index, see what that does. It should bump us up to like Mach 0.80, but this guy is just absolutely ripping. Oh, it's our A320 Neo that took off right behind us. Would you imagine that? That's why Fly-by-Wire does not give release dates. I don't think anybody should be given release dates, to be honest with you, man. I don't think anybody should be. obviously release. I mean, iniBuilds seems to hit their release dates pretty well, though. Might order some pizza for this flight. Ooh, nice. What do you think about the Phoenix A321 and 319? Very excited for them, man. It means I don't have to buy the Latin VFR. I have a 296 ground speed. Oof. Cap, I know you're not a fan of X-Plane, but what do you think of the Tollus flight factor relationship? I mean, they've again, Gary, if you've followed X-Plane for a while, you know that this is nothing new. Tollus and Flight Factor have been working on, they've been working together for probably 5, 6, 7 years now, right? If you didn't know, I'll inform you. Flight Factor made the Tollus A319, A321, A320neo. Flight Factor made the modeling and texturing for those airplanes. Tollus only did the systems. So this isn't new. That's why I kind of laughed and I said the state of X-Plane, right? This is where we're at in the state of X-Plane. This is news when, again, these companies have been working together for probably 5+ years. God, that photo shoot was awkward as all hell, man. The two of them standing there holding the model plane. Hold on, can I get it? Where's the picture? This picture cracks me the hell up, dude. I gotta find it, though. Where's the picture? It's too far. X-Plane really seems like a dying breed. Oh, it is, 100%. It is. It is. You're still going to get some development out of it. You're still going to get a development cycle. There are still going to be developers because there is, there are people that are still using the sim. Here you go. This is what I laughed about. This is the state of X-Plane. So fucking awkward, dude. If you've ever met the guy, listen, dude, you guys know, man, I don't throw any shade around, but if you ever want to meet somebody who thinks their shit smells like flowers, go talk to the guy that owns Flight Factor. Holy fuck, dude. This guy is so in love with himself, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Don't know if I've ever seen anything like it in my life, but hey. I can't let my plane do my thing and get me there safely. There you go, Tyler. I just can't do X-Plane. It feels cheesy. I don't know, man. Just, yeah. New CPU and CPU cooler is coming today. I'm excited. My PC will be happy at me. I'm not bottlenecking. GPU is next on the list. Nice, dude. Awesome. It's going to fit on the same socket, right, Cody? You've already confirmed that. The sockets are going to be the same thing. But not even the Challenger can bring you an X-Plane anymore. I feel like that's one of the only airplanes when I speak to people about what makes them, still fly X-Plane. A lot of it is the Tollus products, the FlyJSim products, and the Challenger. Those are like the three main airplanes that you see, and the Zebo mod, obviously, as well. I think what it comes down to, JJ, is just the comfort level, man. I think that's what it is. One could argue, and I'm all for this, X-Plane felt a lot better than P3D, right? Those were like the two major options. You had X-Plane, you had P3D. P3D's flight model, it was just so ancient. It was so old. It was based off of like a table method, right? So like if you had X amount of winds at X amount of degrees at X amount of knots, this is how the aircraft behaved. So it was very like table based. It was very predictive. And that's why people would always say that flying in P3D or FSX felt like you were flying on rails. And it's kind of true because it was just super predictable. There was no variation. There was no, like I said, it was table-based physics. So it was, if there was X amount of wind on the aircraft at this amount of altitude, at this amount of knots, that's how it behaved, right? So people were like, it was just predictable. People would, every crosswind felt the same. Every, so that's why it was. That's what the big thing with X-Plane, when X-Plane 10 and X-Plane 11 and X-Plane started building some more tread with the community, those were the big things that people were noticing. And I think that was like one of the major things that people were like, oh, the physics was, not so much the physics, it was the environment, the world around you just felt so much more realistic in X-Plane when it was compared to P3D, and those were really the only two options that we had. Now that we have more options and we have Microsoft Flight Simulator, again, I think the dynamic world that X-Plane does and Microsoft is very similar. They're both very dynamic. There's a lot of forces that can be put on the aircraft in both simulators, and I think they both do a great job at kind of mimicking that in the simulator, right? As far as like how aircraft fly, or like, that's on the developers, man. Like I've always said, to me personally, this airplane flies almost identical in X-Plane as it does in Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you don't believe me, if you own this in X-Plane, go do a flight in X-Plane in the A300, and then come to Microsoft Flight Simulator, do a flight in the A300. To me, it's almost identical. They feel and fly almost the exact same. So that leads me to believe that it's really just on the developers to fine-tune their flight models and to make things, you know, make the airplanes fly correctly. It's not just like, oh, the sim doesn't do it, so the airplane won't do it, you know? Do you recommend getting the A300 for the Xbox if I don't fly the 310? Absolutely. The A300's awesome, dude. You can do some crazy cargo ops in this bad boy. After flying an X11 for 6 years, it's kind of sad to see the community die off, but everything does come to an end. I mean, again, Sean, it's yes and no. In today's industry, and especially in today's gaming industry, you got to adapt, man. You got to adapt. You have to see where the trends are going, and you have to see what people want, right? X-Plane gained a huge amount of success because there was really no options. There was P3D, which was this old, clunky, kind of archaic FSX design, kind of like hybrid of FSX. And then you had X-Plane, which was, the community was growing, the third-party development was growing, the freeware mods and stuff on the forums. It was just, there was so much community involvement, and then they got complacent, man. They literally got complacent. It was just, yeah. What are we flying over? Cuba, we should be. Yeah, Cuba. Right over top of Cuba. That's honestly how I feel. It's just that Laminar and X-Plane just got complacent, and I think they underestimated what the actual flight sim community wanted, right? For the longest time, X-Plane was kind of just like, oh, well, we have the, you know, we've got the community hub, and we've got like all these things that just let the community do whatever they want. But then, you know, again, X-Plane 12 comes up, and there's really no graphical improvement and stuff like that, right? And yeah. Kagri, how are my friend? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Current GPU handles right now on Microsoft was just my current CPU didn't like it. Got you. Okay. Also got too complacent with no competition. Yep, absolutely, Jason. I would agree with that, man. I would agree with that. Yeah. What do you think about the takeoff roar on the A300? Is a little bit loud, but I like it. The sounds badass for sure. We can change it, Sergeant, if you want, man. In the tablet, you can change all the sounds. I was going to get a 40 series GPU, but with frame gen mod, I'm good for another year. Absolutely, man. Another year or two, dude. Absolutely. By the way, don't use the new NVIDIA driver. It was causing me all kinds of problems. If you tried to download the new NVIDIA driver, it was crashing my PC every time it tried to install. I bought my last X-11 aircraft was the FlyJSim 737-200, and that was last month. Hey, man, listen, dude. Like I said, if you're still using X-Plane, I don't like you any less, right? I don't. That's completely up to you, man. You use whatever simulator you use. That would be like me getting upset because you bought a brand of car that I wouldn't buy, right? It's your personal opinion, man. It's your choice. And I always try and preach this, and I always try and tell people, whether you use X-Plane, P3D, Infinite Flight, X-Plane Mobile, Microsoft Flight Simulator, it doesn't matter, dude. We're literally all here for the same reason. Are there some great products that you can get on X-Plane? Absolutely. Are there some great products that you can get on Microsoft? Absolutely. You get to choose, and you get to make the choice what you want to do. I just can't stand when people preach it and people try and make it out like, oh, well, you're wrong because you use Microsoft Flight Simulator, or the physics aren't good. And it's like, come on, man, get the fuck over yourself. Physics? What physics? We're sitting on our fucking computer with a $300 yoke flying a plane. Like, come on. to get upset. Like I said, the only time you can come to me for physics and make a complaint for that is if you're an actual real world pilot who's actually doing training. Otherwise, get off your high horse, man. Do whatever you want to do. But don't preach to me. Don't try and tell me like I'm missing out because X-Plane's better, or I'm missing out because this is better or that's better. Just do whatever you want to do, man. Yeah. Did you see the new drive? Yeah, well, they wouldn't even install for me, Maverick. I tried to install the new drivers, which came out, I don't know, the 8th, 2 days ago or 3 days ago, and it just blue screens my computer when trying to install. The other ones are good, but yeah. Mr. Mopar Dude, 5 gifted members. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Thank you very much, sir, for the support. I truly do appreciate that. Guys, get some love and chat for Mr. Mopar Dude. Gifting 5 members. If you got 5 gifted memberships, or if you got a gifted membership, please make sure you say thank you. We got Jonathan celebrating 34 months, 2 months away from his 3-year badge. Says, howdy Cap, 34 months. How are you? I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I'm sitting at this airport. Great FPS here. Nice. Very cool. Who are we getting called by? Hey, Lincoln. 125.4. 1254. X-Plane fanboys will get their pitchforks out to defend the physics. It just makes no sense to me,
Hello,
man.
Captain. When you're flying over Cuba, make sure you wave down below to my father, my homeland. My goal.
Oh, man. All right, let's flip over to Kingston Radar. Sky, man. $3 from Justine Trudeau. Thank you, my friend. Fidel? Is that you? Fidel Trudeau? Is this you, mister? Kingston Radar, good afternoon. FedEx 208 Heavy, flight level 330. How are you, Lincoln?
FedEx 208 Kingston Radar, what's up, Captain? Radar contact, flight level 330, 7 miles north of Poodle. Welcome on board.
That checks out, my friend. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing good, you?
Oh, can't complain.
Good to hear, man.
All right. Optimum is 320. We're at 330, so no need for a climb yet. We're just going to continue on. We're currently going Mach 0.805 at flight level 330. Just going to keep that. Chances Austin goes to the Expo this year. I mean, with all the backlash that happened last year, listen, dude, if he doesn't go to the Expo this year, I think it's just... X-Plane might as well just hang up their whole we work with a community aspect of things, man. If Austin and team is not there showing what like X-Plane 12.1 will do and stuff like that, I just that's pretty much the cherry on top for the community. Of again, I still cannot believe that he wasn't there in Houston. It's just that doesn't make sense to me. The simulator just came out. It seems just like he was acting like a crybaby, man. That's my prayer. And I know, listen, man, people have reached out to me and like people got upset at me and people were like, oh, like, you don't know what's going on in Austin's personal life and like, how dare you say? It's like, nah, man, nah. Like this event happens once a year. This was the first event in 2 years with COVID, since COVID. You just released a brand new simulator in X-Plane 12. There is no excuse why you and the team is not there. Absolutely zero excuse. Instead, he sends Swiss 001 to go and hand out a bunch of Austin stickers. I mean, come on, dude. Come on. You can't write this, man. It's like the ship is just writing itself. It's going down and it's writing itself, my friends. You can't, again, I don't, the man has his own airplane. He could have flown in his own airplane right to the airport where they had the event. He could have flown there for the afternoon and flown back home, whatever it was, right? It's just, yeah, it's insane, man. It's crazy. And we never got a reason why they didn't show up. There were so many people that were there. Like, that's the thing, man. Like, these expos are the one and only.
You want me to message it to you in here?
The only other.
That's correct. Send it to me by text.
It's the only flight sim like dedicated event annually. It's just, yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy, dude. So look at the graphics band, and what the hell is this? I sent a screenshot to my brother last week at home airport in Budapest, and he thought it was from real life. Yeah, it's wild, dude. Yeah. If you own your own flight sim company, no excuse not to be there. For me being a manager, even I've heard all the excuses for things they are never good. No. That's what I mean, man. It was like just speaking to some of the people that I know there, and speaking to some of the, you know, Austin not being there was a major letdown for a lot of people, you know, but X-Line 12 is not bad, but the devs are killing it with their asking price. I know it's a niche market, but if they lower their prices more, people will use X-Line 12 and create a bigger, well, X-Plane raising their price to $100 is, again, that's, yeah, to me, that's another nail in the coffin. It's like, you're struggling for sales, you're struggling to get people to use and buy your simulator, but yeah, let's make it more expensive. I don't know. Swiss 001. I don't want to sound immature, but the way he acts just intentionally attracts kids, and it's not a problem, but most of them just troll and mature streams, and it's really irritating. Again, yep. X-Plane raising the price for sure. I'd consider X-Plane if it was $30 to $40. Yeah. Looks like you won't need any brakes or reverses on 14 right here. The parking is all the way at the end of the long runway. It is. Yeah, we're going to go idle reverse. Idle reverse should be fine. Yeah. Isn't Microsoft 120 euros? That's if you want the premium deluxe version. There's 3 tiers of and you know what? Maybe X-Plane should have done that as well. There's 3 tiers that you can get. So.
Did you get that,
X-Plane is 90 euro or something? Yeah, it's crazy.
Delta 209 on that. I need the entire route so I know where you're going. Alright.
Kingston Radar, very good afternoon, American 542. When you have time, we're looking for clearance to the Turks and Caicos. We have Bravo on board.
American 542, Kingston Radar. Clear to the Mike Bravo pop-off.
At least Swiss doesn't promote kids to go on VAT sim, really. I dislike channels who try to joke around with VAT sim and make it seem laxed. Yeah, but X-Plane raised the price. Yeah, it's what is it? They raised it to 80 USD, 80 or 85 USD from 60 USD. Yeah, they raised it $20 or $25, the price tag on it.
American 542, back is correct. Bridge state discussion code for taxi. Thanks to QNH 1016.
I wouldn't really call it a scam, Melinda. It was definitely at the beginning. The premium deluxe was not worth it. The airports weren't worth it that you got with it, and the default 747 and 787 are definitely they weren't worth it. Now, have they since corrected that issue? Absolutely. The premium deluxe version now, with the working title 747 with custom VNAV, LNAV, FMC, SimBrief integration, I would say that the premium deluxe version is worth it today. Now, 3 years ago, yeah, most likely not worth it. I can agree with you on that one. Now, to call it a scam, no. I think they were a little bit over their head, and they still had a product that they wanted to, you know, promote to the community, but I don't know. Maybe it was their whole time. So the longitude is also in premium. There you go. What is my current location? I think we're just off the coast of Cuba. Yes. Just off the coast of Cuba. We're about to fly over Kingston Radar. We'll fly literally right over top of Montego Bay.
Alright, I put it in there, sir.
Roger.
Hello, Cap. How are you? Did you see the amazing 757 project? I can't remember which company, but I think the project's better than the PMDG product. We'll have to see, Cam. Yeah. That's Bluebird 75. I'll take off from Kingston and join y'all. Sounds good, man. Flight Sim World does reverse economics. More demand, price goes down. Less demand, price goes up. So they can make more money with less. 100%. 100%.
So
that's why you see Tollis releasing a product for $100 for an A320 Neo.
Copy.
That one still puzzles me. You can literally buy Microsoft Flight Simulator and like get like a few airports, custom airports, and then just install the fly-by-wire A320 Neo for less than you can buying one single third-party add-on airplane for X-Plane. That's the state of X-Plane though, man. Like I said, dude, I think the next couple releases, X-Plane hasn't had a release in a couple years. What's the last plane that came out? Well, I guess the A320neo by Tolis, but again, that's kind of just a variant of the other. They already have the 319, the 321, the 340. I feel like it's just another variant of those airplanes. As far as like full release goes, I don't think there's been a release for X-Plane since X-Plane 12 came out a year and a half ago. I don't think there's anything that's been released for X-Plane. I would be very curious to see where the pricing is when it comes to the next major release for X-Plane, which is probably going to be the Flight Factor 777 V2. I'm very curious to see what the price tag is going to be on that. I've already said I think it's going to be over $140 plus. Just judging by the amount of time that they've worked on this aircraft, how long, it would surprise me if it's less than $140. And I think that's just going to set the tone for the future.
I ordered pizza and all that.
Pizza?
No, the 209911 on your back.
Copy.
Everything on X-Plane is so overpriced compared to Microsoft. Well, again, you have that's just like Maverick was saying. It just comes down to the market, right? Next big one is the 777, supposedly 1 to 3 weeks with its flight factor, so you never trust their dates either. True. Yeah. The only reason for me to use X-Plane back in the day was that it only had a Mac. That is another reason. You are correct. Yeah, it is one of the only one that's compatible on Mac. Looks like Phoenix is also wrapping up phase, is taking months and not weeks. Unlike I said, it was weeks, not months. I agree. Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like they just keep shooting themselves in the foot. They do the full engine perspective plus systems. What's that? The new SR22 G6 that they did is also in premium. Working title worked with Sirius on that. Interesting. Igor, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well.
Nico to departure for American 2370.
American 2370 back right. Push start your discussion. Call for taxi. Manly QNH 1017.
Yeah, Andre. I mean, when you think about the user base for X-Plane to Microsoft, you're probably speaking like a tenth of the people, right? So for every one product that Tolis sells, PMDG is selling 10, or Phoenix is selling 10, right? So that's why you have the price difference. That's why you have airplanes coming out at 100 USD plus, right? That's why it's just, that's the way that it unfortunately has to work.
Senator, good evening or good afternoon.
You can play Microsoft on a Mac technically. I don't know about any of the technicals and stuff.
But radar contact flight level 405, climb and maintain flight level 31, flight level 4.
Hey Gab, do you use FS Hub? If not, do you use any add-on tracks that save your flight logs? I use Sim Toolkit Pro because it allows me to put all the data up here. But that's about it. I don't use any like tracking or anything like that. Ben, what's up, man? How are you, dude? X-Plane also isn't on Xbox, correct? Or PlayStation or whatever. Yeah. Digital, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. You can use remote play on Xbox through a Mac. Interesting. Okay. That could work, I guess. You can get Microsoft to work on Linux, but you can't use the PMDG Ops Center on a Linux. Okay. Interesting, Matthew.
You just want me to continue flight plan, sir?
Delta 2099, I have amendment to your route. Advise when ready to copy.
Alright, I'm ready to copy.
Delta 2099 from present position, proceed direct. Sierra Uniform Delta.
Have you heard about the Crasher Desktop Recovery add-on for Microsoft? I have not. No.
Direct.
Is the vertical speed broken in the new update for anybody else? For this aircraft, Cody?
I
haven't used vertical speed yet. I can maybe check for you.
And is that for Echo arrival?
Is there any way you can send that to me in a message?
It resets to 0 after a few seconds. Interesting.
Because I'm new and all that.
Are you like... You're putting down arrow and then moving it, right? Like on for your mouse command. Push it back at Zurich, going to Milano, my 4th flight today. Damn, nice, dude, enjoy. It's called New Sky, British Aviation to Toronto. It looks promising. I've heard of that, Andre. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Delta 2099, I sent you the new route on attack.
Alright, I got
Of course, Melinda. Yeah.
So I'm using the 737-800. Is there any way I can update one of my legs and all that, or I don't know if that's possible?
Yeah.
Interesting dream last night. I was in a random field and all these planes were taking off and landing, but the sound felt so loud and real. Is SimToolkit Pro worth having for certain silly questions? Not silly, Sean. It's free, so it doesn't cost you anything. I think it's decent. Yeah. Just finished my first leg of February. Fell back to DayZ for a month. Oof. DayZ. That's one I haven't played in a long time, digital. I think X-Plane will be retired in the last few years. I don't think it's going anywhere, to be honest with you. I don't think X-Plane's going to go anywhere. They have the FAA certification. There's a lot of flight schools that use X-Plane as their simulator as well. So, I don't know. I don't see X-Plane going anywhere. Is it going to maybe move out of the public spotlight? Absolutely. I see that happening within the next 2 to 4 years. I don't know if we get a public release of X-Plane 13 or X-Plane 14. I don't know if we get there. We might. I don't know. I feel like X-Plane 12 is probably going to be in development for the next 5-6 years. We may get future X-Planes renditions, but I think that they're going to have to change drastically if they want to survive in the commercial market, or in the there's Montego Bay. If they want to survive in this industry, again, they may be able to survive just based on their FAA stuff, but yeah. Can you fly Ryanair ops in South Europe soon again? We just did that last week, man. So if you want to go catch some stuff, Mikhail, go over to the channel, man. You'll probably notice it if you're in vertical descent, just FYI. Yeah, I'll check for you after, Cody. I'll check when we're on our descent into Bogota. Sanders celebrating 29 months. Hello, Cap. How you doing today? I'm doing well, man. Thanks for asking. Diego celebrating 20 months. Hello, Captain. How's everything going? How is Daisy and how is everything at the farm? On the farm. Good, man. Everything is good. We're Daisy's right here. She's actually laying in her bed for once. We could have actually had the Daisy cam up, but surprisingly, she's dreaming right now. She's kicking her back feet like she's running. Oh man. X-Plane is a good sim, but the scenery is just terrible. Yeah, they do need better scenery for sure, man. Absolutely. Thank you, Diego. Thank you, Sanders. 29 months and 20 months. Appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for your support. Hey, Cap, sorry I had to jump off doing an early spring cleaning for the mother-in-law to move in. No worries, right? No worries at all, man. Exclamation point, then points. High tech. Hey, Cap, currently attending the ground school at my local airport and just passed my first test on Thursday. Nice. Very cool, Arrow. Congratulations, man. Does that mean that having a nightmare if they kick? I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. She's definitely dreaming because I can see her like face moving and stuff as well. Maybe she's chasing the bunnies. She's probably chasing something, running through the forest. Morning was good, man. My morning was good. We need a new flavor vape shot. Let's open up a new one. We got some gelato mint. Any idea what the legs are tomorrow? I think we're doing Memphis to Atlanta and back to Memphis. FedEx ops. We're gonna check out the Imagine Sim Atlanta V2. I can already assume it's probably not going to be worth our time, but hey,
Uniform Quebec one, so
we'll see.
And
Absolutely think X-Plane is a great sim, but I don't think they're going for making it look beautiful, but more of a training aid. Yes and no. One could argue that for sure, Doink. Yeah. I don't think it's a bad sim either, man. I just think for a lot of us that aren't real-world pilots, you know, I would be more concerned about, like, you know, a visual aspect than concerned about if my A320 or 737 flies one-to-one as it does in the real world, right? But like I said, man, that's why I said every sim is different for a reason, right? So. Captain, can you please help me? I'm disabled and unable to use rudder pedals. I am able to use the Airbus controls and throttle quadrant without the pedals, but it would be my dream to be able to do this. Yes, of course you could. Honestly, USA emergency vehicles, get anything that has a twist axis. Any one of the Thrustmaster joysticks has a twist axis, and that will allow you to do rudders with just twisting your wrist. So you have your pull, push down, right, to that, and you have your left and your right, but there's also the twist axis, which can also act as rudder pedals if you don't have rudder pedals. So yes, I would 100% suggest any of the Thrustmaster lineup. You could get the TCA Airbus pack, you could get the T16000M. I actually think that that's probably the best option for everything, because you can fly Airbus, you can fly space games, you can do, you can fly Boeing, you can do everything. So yeah. Details, performance, and realism is what your top 3 party airports in the game. Details, performance, and realism. Depends. Depends, man. It's a lot of different things. Third parties are huge as well.
And 299 after ACPEC, you could fly direct to ISVAT.
Alright, that's what I put in there.
TCA Officer Pack Airbus Edition. Yes, you'd be perfectly fine with that. Yeah.
Kingston, good afternoon.
Cap, do you ever take your sunglasses off? Does it look weird when you're simming? Costs money to get these bad boys off, dude. And honestly, it's not even money to me. The only time the sunglasses are going to come off is when we do like charity events and stuff, dude. That's really the only time that you're going to see me with sunglasses off.
Over to come, you're at 3135, good day.
Nadya 10163 with a contact 30 miles west of Brock.
That has to be one of my favorite cartridges, Chad.
House discretion cross Peteni at 11000.
The gelato mint. This stuff's super clear too. Really nice batch. Which batch is that?
The 11000 United 1163.
Package January 2nd. Still rocking the T16000M. Gets the job done. AlexSiu, good to see you, man. Good to see you. I will only use my upper body for that Airbus pack. Correct. Yes. You'll need to use your hands and your arms. That's it. Extra $100 tip for the shirt to come off too. We'll see about World Flight 2024. I took them off for a $1,000 donation to charity, chat. If you missed it, World Flight this year, $1,000 and the sunglasses came off. 1,000 USD to charity, and we took the sunglasses off. When is glass cockpit update coming for the A300? I'm not sure, Jay. I'm not sure, man. You have to try a Mad Labs cart. I have one right now. Mad Labs, or is that probably in the US, right, David? We don't have the same brands up here in Canada. We have a couple of the same brands, but just started 18 days off work. My man. Woof. Are you going anywhere, AlexSiu? You just staying home, flight simming, hanging out, family, friends? $18 days. Jealous, dude. In the US, we have cookies up here. We have cookies, California cookies. Best Airbus for PC to buy, preferably the one that is close to 320, and I can use the pack that I mentioned. Would get the Phoenix A320. Phoenix A320 is probably number one. If you don't want to spend money, you can also get the fly-by-wire A320 Neo. So yeah. Where are you, David? Are you down in California? I really only know the stuff in California. I don't really know of the dispensaries, what they got like in Denver or in Seattle and stuff. We'll be headed to San Diego for the first time this March. Can't wait. Ooh, nice, Sean. Are you flying in or are you driving? If you're flying in, make sure you sit left side of the aircraft so you can see downtown as you approach the runway. You can use the Airbus stick with Boeing. I did it for a while. Yeah, of course. Absolutely you can. Yeah.
For American 2370.
You're down in Cali? Oh, dude. All right. Honestly, man, when I was down in Cali, David, the best carts that I had, the two top ones, Connected Cannabis, Connected was unbelievable. Probably the best carts that I was getting were the CBX, Cannabiotics, whatever their name is, CBX. Dude, I had a GMO cart over there, a 1 gram cart. Might have been one of the best carts I've ever had. It was that good.
Target 2117 Heavy, Havana is offline, radar service terminated, Monterey income.
You're an hour away from LA? Okay. Gotta try plug and plays, those are good. Interesting. How much each of them cost? Count. I currently have deluxe edition, the most expensive. What are the prices for the two A320s you said? A320 Neo is free, and the Phoenix A320 is 50 pounds. 50 pounds.
A firm for United.
Flying into LAX, but we'll be doing a road trip to San Diego and to Tijuana. Oh man, that's gonna be a blast, dude. That's gonna be a blast. Enjoy, man. Go do some plane spawning at San Diego. It's incredible. It's incredible. Did you hear about the dynamic LOD for Microsoft? Basically decreases or increases your LOD as you ascend or descend automatically. It works pretty well. I have heard about it. We may have to try it, but yeah. The CBX is incredible, David. Probably some of the best. I had a cereal milk cartridge, and I had the GMO when I was there in November. Man, both of them were just absolutely top notch. Top notch. I had some biscotti cartridge from Connected as well. Connected, you can't go wrong. Their flour is incredible. Connected, Alien Labs, CBX. There's some other good ones out there as well, but those are the tops, in my opinion, top three. Alien Labs, Connected, CBX. Any way to put the liveries in the PUBG without going through the op center? I don't think so, my country. Alien Labs are so good. They are, man. They're top notch. You pay for it, you know. I have the default one. I'd prefer the one with the iPad. Probably understanding the two planes you said. I'm sorry about that. No, you're fine, man. Yeah, the default, the A32NX, so the fly-by-wire A320 Neo is a mod for the freeware A320, or for the default A320. It makes it essentially a payware version of it. The Phoenix A320 is a complete standalone product. I would go with the Phoenix as well. I find a little bit more... You're paying for the quality, but I feel that it's worth paying for it. Only problem that I have with the LOD updater, when it changes the LOD in flight, your screen locks up and skips briefly. I don't like that. Interesting. What is about the frame gen mod? Erin, put exclamation point FG. Or sorry, what do we have it in? Frame mod. FM? Exclamation point FM, I think, is what it is. Exclamation point FM, and then follow the Nightbot command. Or is it FG? Might be FG. Exclamation point FG. One of those two. How to get the freeware one? Go to the fly-by-wire website. I can get you the website. Give me a second. Fly-by-wire. You're going to want to fly-by-wire. You're going to want to download the installer. And you're going to want to download and install the development version, chat. Is that what it is? It's exclamation point frames. Thank you, Simple. There's the fly-by-wire website, USA Emergency Vehicles. Again, you're going to want to download the installer, and then you want to install the... Is it the development version? I forget which version it is. But don't download the stable. Whatever version is not the stable version is the one that you want. The dev version. Thank you, Tyson. Dev version has a wonky update to the flare mode. But it's the whole new flare model. Yeah, I've heard it's quite different. I have heard it is quite different. Remember, guys, if you haven't done so, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. We're looking for 300 likes on today's stream. I've noticed it's been really quiet in like all the flight sim streams lately. Is YouTube doing its weird thing where it goes through a couple weeks where it suppresses all the flight sim content, and then there's going to be a huge... I swear, dude, flight sim content on YouTube is like this. You have like ups where there'll be like 300, 400, 500 people watching, and then you'll have lulls where it'll be like 200 people watching, 250, 300. It's really weird. YouTube, I find it does a really good job sometimes at like the algorithm putting your content out, but then certain weeks or certain months it just does a terrible job at getting it out. We used to have experimental, but they removed it. It's only stable in dev version. Yeah, okay. So there you go. You want the dev version. All right. I don't know what this body of water is called here, chat, but a little bit more water. I would say probably about another 45 minutes to an hour of water. If we jump inside, we can see. Still says our optimum flight level is 32,500, so we're still good at 33,000. We're probably going to do our whole flight. 747 miles to the destination. We're currently doing 504 knot on the ground speed, so actually not too bad. So we're probably about an hour and a half, about an hour and a half, hour 20 minutes, 25 minutes, probably about an hour away from descent, maybe a little bit more, hour and 15 minutes from descent. Would you say that buying X-Plane 12 is worth it just to buy the 7.5? Oof. Here's the thing, Cody, and hear me out for this one, right? Buying X-Plane, the problem with buying X-Plane is the amount of things that you're going to want to add to make it a far better experience. Everything is expensive. You're talking about scenery. Sceneries are $30, $35 when it comes down to, 25 to 35 is the average range for scenery, USD. All the other utilities that you're going to want to add to the simulator, whether it be clouds, weather programs, recs, any of these other things, right? It's, I don't know, man. It's a tough call. It really is a tough call. I don't know.
American 2270 is at 1500.
Lots of good real-world MD-80 routes in Venezuela. Interesting. They fly the MD-80 a lot?
American 2370, radar contact, turn right heading 270, climb and maintain 14,000.
That's a Caribbean Sea? Okay.
Turn right heading 270,
I love the Flight 767-400. Mm-hmm. Now, somebody just asked if buying X-Plane would be, he just wants to fly one plane. I don't know, man. I guess it really comes down to you. It comes down to you. I think it comes down to how much money you want to invest in it, how much time you want to invest in X-Plane. That's it. That would be my only suggestion. Come to terms, be prepared how much money you want to spend. And College dude, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Cap, get the T16000. Like you said, just need one of those all-in-one joysticks. I mean, it's perfect for the all-in-one, man. You can do everything with it. Pardon me. Cap, look on VATSIM map. We have a train going. Okay. Oh, hi, Dede. What are you doing?
American 2370, proceed direct Alta.
Hi.
Direct Alta for American 2370.
Where are we? Oh, that is a nice little lineup of us going down here, chat. We've got UPS 999er out front, followed closely by the United 83. We've got FedEx 831. We've got FedEx 208. That's us, chat. And then we've got Delta 2099. And I don't know what this guy's doing all the way out here. The MRW 30. I don't know what he's doing. He's kind of on a flight path, but he's flying with us, I think. And then we've got an MD-11 back here as well. What's KYE? Interesting. I believe that was the aircraft that just got cleared for the approach into the RNAV runway 7. Hi. What are you doing? I have a cracker I can give her. I can get her to come over and say hello, chat. I've got a water cracker. We'll get Day Day to come say hi. Your UPS. Nice, Day Day. Very cool. What's this? You know this sound. You love this sound. It's usually a treat for you or something. Sky Cube? What the hell is Sky Cube? Alright, Diddy, come. Come here. Come here. I have to say hi. Come on, we start to chat. Oh.
FedEx A300 Heavy, no further DC with a service termination.
Say hi, chat. Say hi, chat.
Over to Unicom for
Hi,
FedEx
chat.
A301 Heavy.
High five?
Service. Have a good one.
High five. You have high five? High five. Oh, okay. Can you come back up? Okay. We'll be gentle. Just taking it and running. We'll see if we can make her work for this next one. Come here. Look, I have another one. Look. Oh, can you sit? Good girl. Can you see her? Kind of. Can I have a high five? High five? Oh, high five? Oh, such a good girl. You guys see her? High five? Oh, thank you. Can you speak? Can you speak? What? Can you speak? What? Speak. Ooh. You speak nicely for them. They want to hear you speak. You speak. What? Speak. Oh. Speak. Speak. Can you speak? You have to speak. What? Speak. Speak. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to like actually speak. High five. High five. Go, Cora. Gentle. She's funny as hell, man. Okay, come here. Go, gentle. He's too funny, man. Alright, I gotta fix the green screen. Give me a second, chat. Fixing the green screen. Day Day. Good girl. Would you like your treat? Oh, yes. Nice. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Captain Day Day. Day Day.
American 2370, climb and maintain follow retreat 20.
She is the best, man.
Pilot 320 for American 2370.
FedEx 20 Heavy, no further ATC, radar service terminated, turn 1 to Unicom. See you, Cap.
Over to Unicom. Thanks for ATC, man. You have yourself a great Saturday, dude. And we got to fly back into Jamaica soon, so I'll hit you up when we do.
Alright, man. I'd love to see you guys.
Cheers, dude. Alright, Unicom for us. We got to fly into, with the update here, we got to fly back in. How old is she? Daisy is a rescue, so we're unsure. I would say between 7 and 9 years old. Probably closer like 8 or 9 would be my guess. You can only, the vet can really only tell by like looking at like teeth and stuff like that. So, how long did it take to train her? Honestly, not that long. She's very food motivated. She's a cross of a Rottweiler and Lab. She's a little bit more Roddy than Lab. I actually had a DNA test done on her. She's a little bit more Roddy than she is Lab, but she is like insanely food motivated. So getting her to do things was actually pretty easy. Like getting her to speak, she used to do it a lot better. I don't really do it much with her anymore. She used, like, I can do it coming in. I can do it like when we come in for a walk and like there's like, she knows that it's time and she's excited and she knows she's getting a treat. I can be like, Daisy, speak, and she'll like, woo, woo, and like go crazy and do like howls and stuff. But like, she just woke up from a nap and she's like looking at me like, what the hell do you want, man? Just give me the goddamn treat. But honestly, how I made her do that was kind of a cool story. I don't know much about it. I don't know how to like professionally trained dogs, but I bought training treats. I don't know if they're basically like the size of like a little kibble, right? Training treats. And what I would do is I would stand there and I would say, Daisy, speak. And nothing would happen. And I would probably repeat myself 100 times. One time I would hold the treat and I would go, Daisy, speak. And she would make a noise. And I would reward her for making the noise. And then that slowly started into her understanding that, okay, when he says speak or he has something, he wants me to, right? So like it was a snowball effect. She would start doing it. Sometimes it would just start off with her being like, like making like a noise like that, but I would reward it. Anytime I would say like, you know, Daisy, speak, she'll make like a And it's like, okay, here you go. And then that kind of turned into, like I said, full blown. I'll try and get it. I'll have to look through my phone. I probably have some good ones from her. I've got a couple, I've got some real good ones before. It's gonna be, I'm gonna have to go so far back though. I'll have to look. I'll have to post in the Discord or something. But you excited for the Super Bowl? I could care less, to be honest with you. It's not going to affect my Sunday in any which way. Yes, Captain. Plug in your phone. How long have you had her? Yeah, about 6 or 7 years now. I got her in 2016. 2016. Yeah, 2016, I think. Hey, you got your Subway. Sorry, I saw that earlier, Captain Lee. My bad. I forgot to respond to you. Nice. Very cool. What do you get on it, though, man? I'm a lettuce, tomato, light onion, extra banana pepper, salt and pepper, smoky honey mustard. 767 freighter or passenger? I love freight. I love doing cargo ops, man. Gotta go with a 7.6 cargo. What's for lunch today? Great question. I don't know. I have to look at my meals. I do not know. I think I have a Greek Mediterranean beef bowl with some zucchini, peppers. I think I'm gonna have that. Lettuce, onion, black olive, jalapeno, mayo, oil, vinegar, black pepper, and oregano. Jesus. I forgot you guys in the States have so many more toppings than we do here. I don't think jalapenos are an option. I don't think oil's an option. I don't think vinegar's an option. And I don't think oregano's an option either here. Yeah. How was the avgas? Dude. It is quite special, Matthew. Quite special. Definitely one of the better ones that I've had in quite a while. So you get a stop rada input. We'll do that on our descent, JJ. You have to remind me. You're flying from Seattle to SCEL. Nice. Where's SCEL? You only have medical oregano in Florida? Those are nice ones. Canadian food options not cleared by the Canadian government? I don't know, AJ. You know how it is up here, man. Fucking craziness at all times. Hello, Esther. How are you? ECAP, so I have the Bravo and Alpha. I'm looking to get the Boeing yoke from Thrustmaster. Better to just get the yoke or the yoke and the quadrant together? Tough call, Steel. I think just go with the yoke at the beginning. I personally love the combination of the Boeing, the Thrustmaster Boeing yoke with the honeycomb Bravo. I think that's an amazing setup. I would try that, and if you didn't want to get that, the throttle isn't that expensive. I think it's like $79 or $99 or something on the side, so you're not really saving all that much. But yeah, I would just get the yoke personally, and then if you enjoy it and you want to kind of take it a step further, then I would say maybe get like the throttles and stuff. I just got the yoke and I'm using the Airbus quadrant. Yep, nothing wrong with that either. Just like with American cheese, toasted bread and ham, and very plain. I like that as well. Yeah. Am I going to do a live flight with everyone? Yes. We're going to do a community fly-in. Very soon. This month, we're going to do a community fly-in. It's been a while since we've done one. Maybe next weekend, we'll do a community fly-in in Europe somewhere. Maybe we'll go fly in like the Swiss Alps or something. That could be a fun one, chat. Maybe if we go to like Salzburg to Innsbruck in our like Cessna 172s. Is that even possible? Get up and above the clouds, or just fly all through like the mountain ranges. Also get pepper jack cheese on it and toasted. I can't do toasted, man, at Subway. I find it just, I don't know. I used to be a huge toasted Subway guy, but I just can't anymore. Last couple years I've stopped going. Yeah. The price bought separately is the same as buying together. Ah, you're fine then, man. Yeah, just get the yolk, dude. My buddy doesn't get toasted as well. All my friends make those noises, Mopar. Do the A2A Comanche. It can be a good one. Yeah. Wait. No, I don't have that one, do I? What's the one that I have? I don't fly GA ever. I have the Just Flight one, don't I? The sun is starting to set. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon in game, is it not? Yeah, 2:01 p.m. in game. The new DA42 just dropped with Boris audio and its amazing GA plane. Is it payware though? At least I tried my best to communicate with ACC. Okay, didn't do a bad job, man. Also, don't get toasted. I haven't eaten Subway in years. Really? Where you go? AJ? Jimmy John's? What are some of the other options you guys have down there? Jimmy John's, Subway, Quiznos. Is Quiznos still a thing? Quiznos is kind of a thing up here in Canada. It used to be a lot bigger. There used to be Quiznos everywhere. I have one Quiznos in my city now. In all of my city. Over 1 million people. We have one Quiznos. Jersey Mike's. I have had Jersey Mike's before. I had it when I was in Florida. Probably like 10 years ago. Firehouse is, whoo, baby. Unbeatable. Unbeatable. You cannot beat Firehouse. I'm sorry, chat. I've had Jersey Mike's. I don't mind Jersey Mike's. I love that they cook it in front of you, and like I love that whole aspect of it. But Firehouse, dude, oh, baby. Firehouse is, you ain't getting no better sandwich as far as like bang for your buck. Dude, they pile meat like that high on it. It's insane. Insane. Public subs. You know what's crazy, Alan? You're not the first person to tell me that. I actually have a buddy who's in here, Brad, who's in here a lot. He says the same thing. He says public subs are like on a, they're almost like a hidden gem. These public subs. Made in-house. That's interesting. Huh. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say anything bad about it, but he was the one that told me about that years ago. I remember him saying that he would go to the grocery store, he'd go to Publix, and he'd get a sub. Interesting. Chicken tender subs from Public. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Publix fried chicken is amazing too as well. Interesting. Is SKBO near Rio? No, we're like all the way on the other side. Rio's like all the way down here, man. I don't think, at least for me, just how big South America is. It's fucking nuts, dude. Like, crazy. Look at the mountain range that's all like, just goes all the way. Where's the highest mountains in here, chat? Is it, it's down like around here, right? Like in Peru and stuff like that. These are where like those crazy ass, where's like the, where's whatchamacallit? It has to be like the Andes and stuff down here, right? Poutine? I don't mind poutine. Yeah. We had some Florida ATR ops. We do some whatchamacallits. Yeah. Who remembers this song? This was an intro song for a while as well. What's this song called again? Summer Feelings. This used to be an intro song like 6 years ago. Machu Picchu. Is that in Peru? Crazy airports out here too. La Paz. Still over water, chat. You climbed it? Machu Picchu? Damn. You had an amazing chicken tandoori poutine yesterday. Where'd you get that from? That sounds interesting. I say if we're going to do Florida ops, we should fly into Daytona Beach in X-Plane. Ugh. Who wants to do that? New Indian plays at Disney Springs called Eat. We also had chicken tikka naan pizza. Oof. That sounds incredible. I'd love for that. A340-300 is needed in Microsoft, don't you agree? Not that big of an A340 fan. I'd prefer a 330. I don't mind the 340, but kind of obsolete nowadays, man. Not really flying that much. Went up to Winnipechu as well. Interesting. Only 400 people or something get to go up a day, so I have to get up there early. You have to get up there early. Disney Springs is a place where you will become bankrupt. Huh. Mr. Max. How are you, dude? I didn't. Is that something that I should be looking? FS Expo 2020. Break the news, Max. Break the news. Let me know. Is it on Facebook, probably? I didn't see anything yet. Let me switch over to Captain Canada Facebook. I don't see anything. Flight Sim Association. I don't see an update, no. Where did you see the update? Did you see the update from the Expo? Great news last night. It will still be in Vegas. Okay, look on the website. Okay. FS Expo 2024. Home, Flight Sim Expo. About Flight Sim Expo. I don't see anything on here. Are you trolling me right now? Oh wait, for event information relating to the announced closure of Tropicana, click here. Okay, updated February 9th. Okay, last night, perfect. Update regarding venue search. We continue to make great progress and are optimistic that we'll be able to formally announce a new venue for Flight Sim Expo as early as next week. As we communicated previously, the event will be held in Las Vegas over the originally planned dates, June 21st to the 23rd. For context, negotiating a venue contract is typically a 4 to 6 month process, and we've been able to complete the work in about 3 weeks. Given the unique nature of the event and the focus on the budget that many flight simmers and developers have, getting all the pieces in place is important before we sign an agreement. For example, a larger corporate event might just sell an exhibit space and leave exhibitors to purchase electricity from on-site providers. In our case, we work with the on-site provider to get the best price, then include that in the cost of the exhibit booth. These negotiations take time, but results in a better overall experience for our attendees. Tomorrow we'll provide an update on the spaces we've looked at and share the names of the replacement venues we will be selecting between. We also have to post a survey to collect your feedback at those options, on those options as we work towards a final decision. Thanks for your continued patience. Cool. Happy to share that we are now have or are expecting proposals from 3 replacement venues. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be one of 3 places. Great news. Great news. I wasn't ever worried, to be honest with you, Mr. Max. I was kind of, I figured we were going to do it, but yeah, great job by them, man. Fingers crossed. No more hiccups. No more issues along the way, man. That would be ideal. How do I get liveries for the fly-by-wire A320? Flightsim.to. Flightsim.to. Is a pilot's life worth buying? If you're into something like that, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it could be really great. Flightsim.to is the website you want to go to. A pilot's, yeah. I've heard good things about a pilot's life. I personally have never used it, but I've heard good things about it. I think it's really cool if you're looking for something to maybe make the experience a little different, a little richer, or something like that, you know? Max, we got to make sure we go get dinner. Remember, I got to be number 1 in the book. Got to pencil me in number 1. We got to make sure we go get dinner this year. You said you're there. You're Friday to Sunday, right? I will make sure. Friday night, probably a write-off. But maybe Saturday night. Saturday nights are always the fun night too, because it's the first day after the expo. Maybe we'll plan Saturday night. Because Friday night you're probably just going to want to chill. You're probably just going to want to not do anything too crazy. But Saturday night we should look at. Anyway, send me a message if you have any ideas. Send me a message, Max. If you want me to like, me and the team and I were running through some places, some like must-haves, you know what I mean? Friday is the first day of the expo. I mean, technically, it's more of like it's when you buy like the extended version of the package. They have like the captain's dinner, I think it's called, right? So not really. The first day is technically Saturday. Saturday, Sunday are like the big things. Saturday is the day we'll be streaming live from the event. So Saturday live streaming from the event, Sunday at the Thrustmaster booth just hanging out. So what do you all do at the expo? I mean, besides drinking, eating, and stretching, it's just a cool place to hang out, man. You see all your favorite vendors are there. Microsoft is going to be there. X-Plane's going to be there. You know, there's home cockpit builders that go and show up every year and bring all their stuff. So, yeah. Pardon me. Do you have the Boeing yoke and throttle? I do. Yeah. A pilot's life is excellent. It gives you real-life flight plans along with aircraft being used. Makes you want to fly and feel accomplished. Perfect. Yeah. Vegas is going to be so much nicer than Houston. Ah, man. It's just good. Like, here's the thing, and this is what I was explaining to somebody else as well. It's probably going to be the same temperature-wise, right? Heat-wise, but it's a dry heat. It's not like step outside and your shirt is stuck to your body because you're already sweating because it's just, right? And then not only that, everything is air conditioned, right? The entire strip, you're just bouncing from hotel to hotel. You're going to go walk up and down the strip. That's all you're doing, right? You're just bouncing from hotel to hotel to hotel to hotel. The AC is, you know, yeah, and it'll actually work, exactly. exactly. Dude, my throat was killing me, man. When I shouldn't have stayed. I should have just got a different hotel room, but the room that they put me in Houston, dude, at that DoubleTree, what a shithole, dude. I mean that in the most respectful way possible, but like, man, I remember after like 2 days, I would like go outside and I could just, bro, it was so damp in my hotel room. You would touch the couch and it was like, I'd go to lay in bed at night and my entire bed, it felt wet. It had like a wet feeling. Just nasty, dude. Nasty, man. Also, the amount of like 3-inch cockroaches just hanging right at the door as you go to pull the door open to go up to your room at night was not very promising either. It was a shithole, man. A guy I worked with development a HUD for home cockpits is working on a 737 HUD now. Nice. You doing an Airbnb in Vegas? I'm not sure yet, Max, to be honest with you, man. Because of the whole way Vegas is with all the hotels and everything, it's actually more expensive to get an Airbnb than it is to just get a hotel room, like a block of hotel rooms at a decent price on like a savings website. You know what I mean? Dan was able to find like a block of rooms at the Luxor, and it was like 130 a night, 140 a night or something like that, which is pretty respectable for Vegas. A lot of places are charging 300 plus. It was like 120 or 130 or something, like a big block of rooms. So it wasn't too bad. It was actually somewhat decently priced. But we're still looking around. For me, it's a little bit different, right? Because I'm kind of I go there with Thrustmaster. So whatever hotel Thrustmaster's staying in, that's usually where I'm staying as well. Now in Houston, they gave me multiple options, and I just figured stay at the DoubleTree, but I shouldn't. Like, Thrustmaster didn't even stay at the DoubleTree. They all stayed at the Marriott down the road, which was far nicer. I should have done that with them. Yeah, it's a... I'll have to wait and see what Thrustmaster does. I'm still waiting for the contract to come through this year for Thrustmaster, so I'm sure once we have the contract, I'll be able to negotiate with them and let them know exactly what I want to do. But yeah, we looked at it, man. We looked at Airbnbs. We looked at even like staying a little bit outside of Vegas, like staying in like Pahrump or like Henderson or something like that. It's all still pretty expensive, man. Probably the best option was actually staying down in like Henderson, which was like 30 minutes drive or something like that, which would be doable. The thing is you're going to want to, like, there's so many people there. You kind of want to be like on the strip, right? Especially for us. Like, I've never been there, right? I get it. People are going to say it's overrated. It is what it is. Like, I get it. The Incredible Bulk is saying Vegas is overrated, overhyped, and overpriced. I guess it depends what you're going there to do, man. I'm just there to kind of, it's my first time being in Vegas. I've grown up watching movies and hearing what it's like. I'm sure by day 3, day 4, I'll probably be like, okay, this is a great experience. Don't need to do this one again. It's usually what happens most times when I travel. I think in Houston, I was done by day 1. I was like, okay, fuck this. I remember getting off the plane, man. I remember getting out of the airport in Houston and walking out and being like, what is this? What the fuck is this, dude? It was so disgusting. It was just, oh my God, the heat, the humidity, man. That's what it was about Houston when we were there, dude. It was 3 days in Vegas maximum. We're doing 6 days, Tyson. We're going for 6 days. But there's other things that we want to do, right? Like, we're going out to the Grand Canyon. We're not like just staying in Vegas, you know? At least it's not Canada. Dude, listen, man, if we had Flight Sim Expo in Canada, I guarantee you, I don't know why Canada has such a bad rap, dude. Clearly, you've never been to Canada. If you say Canadians we're literally party animals, dude. Like, that is what we do. It is in our blood. We party, man. We have a great time. Good food. Man, Canada would have been much nicer. June in Canada, at the end of June in Canada, dude, man. They need to do an expo in like Toronto or something like that. That would be amazing. Toronto, go to Niagara, go down to Buffalo, go to crazy spots, man. Yeah. FS Expo in Vancouver would be awesome. It would be way too expensive. Toronto would also be probably way too expensive as well. But I'd love to see a Flight Sim Expo up in Canada, man. I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think there's just too many people that don't have passports that would make the venue worthwhile. I think that's why it works, so. Only Canadian city I've ever been to is Vancouver. I mean, honestly, BC in general is probably my favorite place in all of Canada. Either end of the country, in my opinion. I got to give a slight advantage to BC, just because BC has it all, man. I mean, I remember going there when I was younger, 13, 14, 15 years old, and just when I was like active. I remember going to Whistler in the afternoon or in the morning, early afternoon, morning, going to Whistler, and in the evening, later afternoon, evening, going swimming in the Pacific Ocean at a beach with my buddy. In one day, I went from literally like snowboarding, skiing in the Canadian Rocky Mountains to swimming in the ocean. It was just, Vancouver is just on a completely different level, man. It is by far my favorite city, but very close follows by the other end. Prince Edward Island, Halifax, New Brunswick, also an amazing, amazing, amazing part of this country. The people, the food, the hospitality. It's crazy, man. BC is expensive. It is a beautiful place to live, but holy shit, dude, it is expensive. You better have a good job if you're living out there, man. I've done a few trips to Vegas. It definitely gets to be too much after 5 days. The Grand Canyon is also a whole day trip. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're planning for that. It's about a 2-hour drive each way, so that's about 4 to 5 hours, depending on stops and things that you want to do, right? So 2 to 4 hour drive, and then you're going to actually spend an hour or two there as well. So BC equals bring cash. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. You want to visit most of those places? You got to go Skyworker for sure, man. For sure, dude. You know what? Your your American dollar up here in Canada as well, Skyworker. Think about that one. I mean, it goes so far, dude. Like, you'd be amazed. Like, things look expensive here, but then like I asked like my American friends, and they're just like, dude, like what the hell? We're paying more American for that. It's so that's a huge bonus and benefit that I always say to. We're getting rocked around right now. Looking at the aircraft. Getting rocked around. Cat doing its job. A little bit bumpy. I love the clear turbulence because you don't get things like this without this cat hat on. What airline do I use for the fly-by-wire? What airline? You can use any airline that you want, man. You just go to flightsim.to and you download them. Land ahoy. You see land? Do I see land? Oh, I do. It's over here. Look at that. There is land. We are 433 miles away from the airport. We should probably start planning an arrival now, chat. So let's go to SKBO. Let's see what the weather's doing. Weather is still showing 120 at 12. 080 variable to 040. Scattered at 2500, scattered at 6000. 1026 on the QNH. Okay, so with that, we know that we can probably expect the ILS 14 right. That's basically blowing down the runway for us. So we're gonna plan that. I asked what airline, since I'm going for realism. Well, it depends, man. Right? Like every airline's gonna fly a different route, right? So it depends. We are on the ISVE 4 Echo. ISVE 4 Echo. Where is that on my list? ISVE 4 Echo. I don't see it. ISVE, is it not? Okay. Star. We're going to plan for the ILS. What did I pin? ILS Zulu 13 right. What is this? ISVAT 4 Echo. Why don't I see that in the... Am I missing something? Is it this one? No. The 4... Oh, okay, it's this one. Islev. Takes us like that, I think. Okay. ISV 4 Echo for the ILS 14 right Zulu. ILS 14 right Zulu. There's the Yankee. ILS 14 right. ILS Zulu 14 right. Thank you. The ISV 4 Echo. Find that on our list. ISV 4 Echo. Okay, let me see what AMVs it looks like is the waypoint. AMVs. Where's AMVs? AMVs is here, so I'm going to take it via AMVs. Alright. And we'll insert that. Okay. Good. Now we will go to plan. Go to down like this, 30. And let's scroll through here to make sure that this makes sense, which it does. Looks like we're flying into Mexico City. It's like almost the same arrival into Mexico City. I believe they do that for terrain. I'm not quite sure otherwise, but okay. That is the plan, and everything looks good there. So I'm good with that. Back to flight plan. Flip this guy back to map. Bug this up. And still no top of descent, but now we can see if we go to progress. 432 miles to destination, so we are quite nice on the ground speed as well. So a little bit bumpy up here though right now. They grouped them under the 4 Echo. Yeah, it's weird. This one here. Pin it. This plane doesn't have a top of descent counter. No, it'll only give you top of descent on your bottom PFD. They'll have like the Airbus arrow down showing you that it's top of descent, but it doesn't show it in the progress page or the flight page or the init ref or the... No, it doesn't show any of that. Good news, we're getting the Phoenix Media this month. What does that mean? Phoenix Media. Do you have any experience with being a passenger on Air Canada? I do, yes. Real Cat Turb seems to be doing its job well. It does, yeah. I've noticed that it does it really well on this aircraft. It does a really good job of like just making the clear air turbulence. Little wing flap in there is it's nice. Getting some videos on the new update this month. Well, again, I don't really care about I don't really care about videos at this point, man. They're like 3 months late on their release date. I don't care about videos. Just give me the product. Videos are just delaying more time. That's all that is. It just buys them more time because they're putting more content out. Is Air Canada good because I'll be flying with them to Canada? Yeah, you should be fine, man. They're the Canadian regional carrier, so yeah. It shows it in the legs page. You sure? Where's the legs page? There's no legs page. Flight plan? I think it'll show you here where the top of descent is. Is that what you mean? That? Veer said that they have a release date and are comfortable to release videos without delaying the release, so there's a chance it releases this month. Ay, ay, ay. Crazy, man. Crazy. What is my favorite livery? I don't know. I don't know if I have like a full-blown favorite livery. Looks like we made it out of the turbulence, chat. Yeah, most airplanes though, Cody, like if you hit the progress button, you'll have like an actual like, you'll have distance to airport and then like distance till top of descent. So by looking at this, I would say that our top of descent is probably in like 330 miles, 360 miles, 340, because remember this airport's at like 8,500 feet. So we don't have to descend all that much. You have to basically take off 8,500 feet off this, right? So we're actually closer to flying at like 25,000 feet. So the wing's getting rocked around right now. Such a crazy wing, man. I don't think people realize like just how big this aircraft is. It's crazy. Thinking of buying Microsoft. Do you have any tips? Buy it and enjoy it, man. I don't know, like, any tips with, like, what? Like, what do you mean? With the buying process? Buy it on Steam. Don't buy it through the Microsoft Store. That would be my only tip. And then my other tip is once you do have it installed, do all the tutorials. Because the tutorials are actually fun. And they actually, like, make you practice and they get you better. And you learn a lot by doing the tutorials. The lessons and stuff. This is TAA, Funky. TAA with FrameGen. Yeah, definitely want to do it through Steam. Yeah. About to go get some breakfast, but can't decide on what I want. Ooh. What can Mav get for breakfast? What are you feeling? I love waffles and pancakes, man. So like I'm usually a waffles and pancakes if we got an option for waffles and pancakes. Trying to think, where did we have any crazy breakfast when we were out in California? I don't think so. I guess we had like Krispy Kreme, but that doesn't really count. They're just donuts. Are you delivering special no-no powder to Colombia? Correct. That is exactly what we're... Wouldn't it be the other way around? Wouldn't they be delivering the no-no powder to the American side? Yeah. Breakfast burrito with green chili. Ooh. Could be good. I see iniBuilds is a great combo for Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Yeah, this weekend. It's like 20 bucks or something. Why should I not buy the Microsoft Store version? It's just the file structure. There's some files that you can't get into when you buy it from the Microsoft Store just because they're natively locked by Microsoft. It just comes down to that. Totally agree with that. I recently had a tour at Delta Tech Ops, and there were A330s and 320s in the hangar, and they were massive. They don't seem too big in the sim, but they are IRL. Yeah, they are. Really debating on some Raising Cane's. Well, they have breakfast at Raising Cane's, or are you just saying you're going to rock some tenders? Oh no, extra cane sauce if he's going to Cane's. I want that extra cane sauce. I was just looking at the time. That's why I was like, it's 2:30. It's almost noon. That's lunch, right? Get the what is it? The 5-piece. The 5-piece combo with coleslaw and fries. Could I get 4 extra cane sauce on the side? Yep. Yep. Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A is good too. Chick-fil-A is good, man. Raising Cane's slaps though, dude. Like that was... As European lunch is at 12 on the dot. There you go. A little bit of cheese and wine. Waffle House? Waffle House is a trip, dude. Waffle House really is a trip. Like, it's a special place, man. Excuse me. It is a special place. Looks like we made it out of that turbulent pocket. And look at that, chat. Land ahead. Whoa. Is that clouds on the ortho? Jeez, see? Ortho's even hard to generate over here, chat. There's always clouds. We have reached land. In Belgium, we have breakfast usually 8 a.m., lunch at noon, snack at 4 p.m., and then finally dinner at 7. Interesting. I feel like we're the same here, but I don't know. Guess everybody's different, right? Tim Hortons is overrated. Tim Hortons is not good. No. EGAP was supposed to be going to the U.S. This year with my dad's knee surgery. He had 2 years ago, still isn't right and can't go. Damn, that sucks, man. Well, hopefully you can go soon. Hopefully sooner than later, man. Friday of Belgian fries with frit sauce. Frit sauce. Which is like what? Whole grain mustard and mayo mixed or something and other stuff. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. And then there's us freaks in Spain having dinner at 9, 10 p.m. Because it's too hot. You have to take your siestas. You ready for a nap? Nice. I have Spirit livery for the A300X, but I don't know how to get it into Microsoft. Put it into your community folder. You need to find your Microsoft Flight Simulator community folder and you just drag and drop. Take the folder, drag it, and drop it into your community folder. Today I had a sandwich trying to get my muscle up. There you go. Do you have a date set for the group flight? I think next weekend, Kev. Next Sunday, I think is what we were aiming for. Next Sunday, we're going to do some Swiss, some flights in the Swiss Alps. Maybe take off from some cool airports and stuff. I don't get the stroopwafels. What do you mean? Stroopwafels? Frit sauce is like a sweet mayonnaise? Mmm. Interesting. I like that. What time do I think? Next Sunday, usual time, probably at noon. Our stream start, just normal time. Ooh, nice, Matthew. Jimmy Dean breakfast bowl. America. Jimmy Dean sausage. That's good shit. Real good. I like their sausage links. Stoopvlees is stew, but better. Interesting. Spliff Jam, what's up, my man? Good to see you, dude. What's for dinner today? Anything special? No, nothing, Freddy. I don't even know what I'm having. I don't know. I got my meal plans. The new Kirkland breakfast sandwiches at Costco are so good. Odd issue with A300 and Xbox. Freighter flies smooth, but the passenger version lags. iniBuilds looking at a fix. We Weird, John. Wonder what would be causing the issue. Man, when are we getting South American love, dude? This is the problem with South America. It just does not look very good in this sim. Flying over certain cities looks good, but like this like is just, yeah, not very good. Not very good. Doesn't look the best, that's for sure. Can you possibly explain how to get liveries into the sim? I'm confused. So again, like I mentioned, man, you're gonna have your community folder, right? So you need to find your community folder. I'm trying to think. If you installed it on Steam, I don't know exactly where the community folder is going to be, but you need to find your community folder. Once you have your community folder, you just drag and drop. So you would drag and drop it in. I thought you had Orbex South America mesh. Isn't it supposed to improve the mesh terrain? I do have it, but I don't know if it does everywhere. Does it? I thought it was just maybe for Brazil. Maybe that's why it looks that. I don't know if that's better. I don't know, man. Does that cover over here, the South American mesh? I don't know, Kev. I'd have to check. Maybe I don't have it installed because it's so big. I'd have to check. I don't know. I haven't opened up my Orbex launcher in quite a while, man. I don't remember if I have it installed any longer. The mesh is more for the mountains and stuff? Okay. Thanks, Delta Senpai. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, Steven, I should have it. I don't know, though. To me, this feels like default. I should have it installed, though. I don't know why I would have uninstalled. I don't know. Well, I'll have to look. I'll have to take a look after. Have you ever crashed or had any emergencies on VATSIM? VATSIM, no. We have had some crashes and some emergencies, but I don't really declare emergencies on VATSIM. Are you a flat earther? Do I look like I would be the type to be a flat earther? Problem with Orbex South America mesh is that it can cause elevation issues more and more recently and can break some third-party airports. No update since July 2022. Interesting. Maybe that's why I don't have it installed. 25 gigs installed. I uninstalled mine when I realized I wasn't flying South America. Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering if I did, Steven. That's exactly what I'm... Pardon me. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Let me see what mesh I have. Let me put mesh in here. Orbex Mesh Alaska. Mesh. Is it just mesh dot South America? What if I do SA? South. Yeah, I don't have it installed. That would be why it looks like it. Yeah. That would be why. Unless it's in here. Mesh. Oh no, I do have it installed. South America Mesh. Orbex Mesh South America. Orbex Mesh Alaska. So I have both of them installed. So I should have it installed. I was going to say, it shouldn't be taking up room because I've got my... my quick links in there. That's why it looks default, because it is default. You should try with failures on. We always have failures on, man. Failures can happen at any point, dude. I just have the Microsoft failures turned off because they're just random as hell, dude. Sometimes you'll get just a black screen and it'll just say like, you exceeded your airplanes. It's broken as all hell. Unless you're flying a default plane. Would you recommend this plane? I do. It's a beautiful airplane. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. I was just looking at here. We see top of descent, chat, just over 160 miles off the nose. So top of descent in about 15, 20 minutes. Probably close to about 15 minutes we'll get top of descent. So we'll hang out here for a little bit, get some outside views. And then we'll go plan our descent. I'm going to start flight sim training company at this point with all the newcomers. Make some bank. See? You did not get Microsoft via Steam. Okay, you're still going to have a community folder, whether you bought it through Microsoft. You're not on Xbox. Are you USA Emergency, or are you on PC? Apparently, it focuses mostly on the Andes and the southern part of the continent. Interesting. Specialty with elevation. Okay. Is this frame gen mod treating you? Pros and cons. Dre, I love it, man. There's not really any cons. The only cons are like ghosting menus, and sometimes the shadows get a little bit weird. Other than that, it's been a complete game changer, man. I mean, getting 50, 60 FPS at every airport you fly into, it's quite fantastic. Yeah, Pappy, for the second time, I absolutely do recommend this aircraft. It's a wonderful aircraft. It is well worthy of the payware title. Yeah. What do you think of the sim design bundle on iniBuilds? Which one's that, Steel? The Abu Dhabi and OMDB? Should I start with airlines and prop planes starting Microsoft? Start with the props, man. Start from the basics. Yes, absolutely, Jason. It only affects the game that you're installing it for. So it only affects Microsoft Flight Simulator, and you can uninstall it. It's super easy, dude. I actually had to uninstall it and reinstall it the other day. Yes, you can update drivers as well. You're perfectly fine. Everything is perfectly fine. It basically, there's no difference. It basically just turns your 2000 or 3000 series into a 4000 series, where you just proceed normally, man. You update your drivers, you do whatever you have to do. It's just like a feature for this specific game, if that makes sense. F90, good to see you, man. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. ANZ 777. Oh, Cap, did you go live streaming at the airport yet? No. Gonna wait for springtime. Spring and summer for me for that one. A little bit too cold right now still. Flew the BAE 146 for 2 weeks. Now every other plane is so easy to fly. See, there you go. What's the turbulence mod that you're using? It's called Real Turb Cat. You can put !RT in chat, AJ. And it'll bring you directly, it'll explain it far better what it does than I can explain it. But !RT. Just a heads up, when you update the driver, the mod deletes. I haven't had that, Davis. I don't know if... I don't know. I was having issues with the most recent driver that NVIDIA put out the other day, 2 days ago. It was blue screening my computer, so I'm on the previous one from January 18th or January 17th or something. That's the one I'm on. There's a lot of SAM design city bundles on the i9 manager, but nothing about airports as far as I can see. I don't know then. What are you talking about, Tyson? What's showing up? How do I turn off the Microsoft failure black screen? It's in the settings. I don't know, 2000 series here. I don't know if it has to do with that. It does not like the frame gen. Some drivers cause issues. Interesting. You're not really doing anything that should cause issues, but... Egap, happy Saturday. How you finding 1.06? So far, no problems, man. Everything's working the way that it should. He's referring to the SLH Sim Design Caribbean pack with 10 airports for $20, and yes, it's a great deal. That one's great, yeah. That is a great deal. Is that what we're talking about? Trying to post the default path to the community folder, but it looks like chat is filtering it out. Oh, probably, because it probably thinks it's a website, Tyson. YouTube's weird, dude. Any type of like backslash or anything, it's probably going to get just removed. I can't even, there's nothing that I can do. Are you asking like the path to his community folder if you're using the Steam version? If you're still having issues, I suggest just watching some tutorials on YouTube. There's some great tutorials that'll be able to help you out emergency if you're still having issues. On Xbox, the A300 doesn't have a cabin even though it's advertised in the marketplace. Well, there's two variants of the aircraft, Apollo. There's the freighter variant and there's a passenger variant. So make sure that you're selecting the right one. Lee, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Gonna call you Captain Google with all these questions tonight. Just doing my best, man. Tyler, huge no floaties to you, man. Dropping another $5 donation, man. Thank you for the support, Tyler. Been incredible today, man. Huge no floaties to you, dude. Thank you. That's like your 4th or 5th donation today. Thank you, man. Where are you over right now? Right now, we are over top of here. Wherever this is, in Colombia. We're about to get ready for our descent. We're getting close. Thanks again, Tyler. I appreciate you, man. Incredibly kind. Thank you, dude. Wait to see the mountains. Get a little bit of a better view. I think they have an update for South America coming, don't they? Because, my goodness. Looks like it needs one. Is the next world update going to be South America? It's nice, we're getting bumped around a little bit. The PAX is shown in the picture but doesn't have it in-game. iniBuilds should fix it, plus the PAX version runs horribly. I'm sure they're going to fix it, man. And I can't, I'm not iniBuilds, so I can't really speak to them, but yeah. Brazil has been in the works for a lot, but no a date so far. Okay, good. It needs it badly. It really does. Really does, yeah. Are there any particular reasons why you're not running at 1440p? Just mainly for, I don't have a 4000 series GPU yet. I will be building a new computer at some point this year. I just don't feel that I need to run at 14. Like, sure, it would be nice, but it doesn't feel like it's something that's like a must-have for me. I've seen 1440p. I've seen 4K monitors. They're nice. I'm not denying that it's not nice, but for me, it's not like it's not a must-have right now. It's not like a let me drop what I'm doing and let me spend $5,000 building a new computer so I can run 1440p. Could I run 1440p right now? Sure, maybe. Especially with the frame gen mod now in Microsoft. I don't know how many FPS I would end up losing running 1440p, but yeah, I don't know, man. I just never. It's not an important thing for me right now. I also have really good vision. Maybe that's why. It's because I just don't, like, for me, 1080p is perfectly fine.
I have 139 miles to go to top of decent.
Hey, baby. We are... we're getting close. We're about 100 miles, maybe. Real close. A 4000 series as a streamer, I almost feel like a 4000 series graphic card is something that you probably want to run in 1440p. Like I said, could I do it with my current setup with the frame gen? maybe I might be able to do it, and it might be okay. But for just me, it's no real, I'm not really, you know, it's not of importance or something. I have 1440p, 60 FPS frame gen on, and 90 to 100. See, there you go. Nice. Very cool. And what GPU do you have? Thank you again, Tyler, for the $5, man. Appreciate it. I watched back your airport sim stream today. Pretty cool and nice and chilled. You totally nailed the push. Nice. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. The first one was good, Lee. The second one, me. First one was good, though. Flyboy, what's up, my man? Good to see you, dude. The flight has been well so far. We are about 80 miles from our top of descent, very close to our top of descent. And looking forward to this one, man. It's going to be fun. Although we're doing this crazy approach, I don't see this approach anywhere on my arrival. I don't know, like, if I'm looking at it wrong, but like this looks to be like the other way. We're like going out like that, so I don't know if I'm just looking at it from a different perspective or something. But do we have any of these waypoints? Papit? Do we have Papit in here? Like, I don't see any of these waypoints. Isvat, float. Where's Isvat? There's Isliv. Isfat. I don't see any of these, like, in here. I feel this isn't the right approach. Game crashed 30 minutes from Dorado. Ugh. That's brutal, man. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't see any. I don't see any of these waypoints. It's weird. I don't know what arrival we're doing, chat. I don't know what arrival has got us on, man. That's this one. Isvat float. Okay, that's the one we're on. What the hell was the one that I was looking on? For Echo. RNAVs. For... whatever. That's the approach that we're on. Okay, good. Float above 23,270 knots. Does it have that? Float. Yeah, above 23,270 knots. Okay, good. Visited my first FBO service experience. Was kind of nice. Nice. Very cool, dude. Where'd you fly? I have a very similar specs to you, and I lose around 15 FPS 1440p with frame gen. Yeah. See, I don't know if yeah, no. I'd probably wait for a 4000 series before doing it. Hey, Captain, new to your channel. How are you today? Fossey, good to see you, my friend. I hope all is well. I am doing well. Thank you for coming to hang out. All is well here today, my friend. All is well. Speaking of which, let's start getting some things ready here for the arrival. 14 right, 1107 and 135. 1107. And what did I say? 135? 1107, 135. ILS and front course will be put in there. Beautiful. And then we'll go to our takeoff and approach phase. We're going to add 5 knots to our speed and our MDA. Category C, 8,600. 8,600 feet is our MDA. Wrong format error. Why it doesn't like that? MDA probably wants radio then. 252. I guess that's what it wants. Okay. 252. Do you know that Colombia now has a problem with Pablo Escobar hippos running wild in Colombia? It's crazy. I heard about that. Are they like everywhere? But is it worth buying the A300 even though the 310 is free? I think so personally. You can definitely tell the differences between the two aircraft. Yeah. That airport there. Chat, what's the crazy airport that's like out here that's like, I don't know where it is. It's not Tonkonkton? That's one of them. What's the other one though? There's another one that's crazy high elevation. It's in like a almost like a valley. I thought it was in Colombia. Holy bumpy up here, chat. Put the seatbelt sign on. Plane is rocking up at flight level 350. Yeah, we're getting walked around now at 330. Medellin, Pasto, SKPS. Okay. Would you say the 310 is good enough? I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with the 310. Nothing wrong with that either. It's just, you know, for realism, if you will, right? The 310 isn't really flown around. Quito, I think that's the one, Lee. I think that's the one he's talking about. I think that's the one that I'm thinking of as well. Pasto has a crazy approach south of Cali. Okay, I'll have to think that one as well. What's your thoughts on Real Turb after using it for a bit? I have it too, and I'm just curious. It works much better on certain airplanes than it does other ones, Malix. Like on this A300, you can really see it like doing its thing. On the PMDG 737, it's very like, not so much. That's beautiful down there though. That looks really good. Shit, that's cool. What city are we flying over right now? Oh, that's Medellin. Aha. That's the one I'm thinking about, Sean, I think, yeah. Are you a real pilot? I am not a real pilot. No, sorry, man. Not a real pilot. Cali is basically in the valley, but not too complicated. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Max, that's what I'm taking. That's what I'm taking from it, man. Is I feel like the Real Turb works really good with certain airplanes. I don't know if it's the way that they interpret the weather, and that's why they're just better. But is that Detroit? We're a little bit south of Detroit, just a little bit, a little bit south. Gotta fly into there, we do. Alright, I think we gotta get it ready for top of descent here, chat. We are roughly 30 miles till top of drop. Let's start looking at our charts here a little bit better now that we actually found the proper arrival that we're doing. We need to be at AMVs for 13,000 feet, 215 knots. So 13,000 feet, 250 knots. Let's bug up 13,000. Good. And then we're going to pull it out, which arms our profile descent, P descent in blue, which means that when we do approach our top of descent here, the aircraft will actually start descending. For old time's sake, though, Cap, we got to hop in the MD-80. Man, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I want to do it, but I'm also like, we'll see. How long have you had your computer? This current one, I built it in 2021, I believe. So 3 years, going on 3 years now, in and around 3 years. Are there even airlines still operating that thing? The MD-80, in South America there are. In Europe, I think there might be a few, maybe not even in Europe. There's not very many, man. After Delta and American stopped flying them, that was pretty much it, right? The MD-80 feels like a chore to fly, and the textures are meh for Microsoft. I kind of agree with you on that one. The textures and the sound. The textures and the sound, the two like major immersive things for me when it comes to flying these jets that I don't really want to fly, that I fly just because, you know, they have really good sound sets or they have really good flight model or really good textures. The Leonardo really doesn't have any of those, if I'm being honest with you. I don't mind it, but we'll see. We'll see. We stream the fly-by-wire 380 when it comes out. Yes.
Happy Saturday.
Joe,
I just
my
flew
man.
the iniBuilds A300 for the first time.
Oh?
It seems to slow down on rollout rapidly compared to other airliners.
I don't know. you got to remember the size of the wings, man. The ground spoilers, they're absolutely massive. And I can show you on a replay, Joe. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate it. I don't know if I've noticed that it's slowing down anything fast. I've just been using auto brake low, maybe. Maybe don't do like auto brake medium or something like that, but yeah. Auto brake low might be able to help out a little bit better. FT Sim is a must, yeah. Even those sounds though, here's the thing, I don't know what it is, but I don't think I've ever found a proper JT8D sound set for like an MD-80. Those engines are iconic, man. The buzzsaw and the hum from those engines are just wowzers. But I don't think like I've ever found an actual sound set that's done it properly. Any tips as I transferred from X-Men to Microsoft? Of course, eye candy is more prominent in Microsoft. Any tips? Take some time going through your yoke or joystick sensitivities. Get those in. Like, that looks brutal. That does not look good. Yeah, spend some time getting your sensitivities down pat, man. That's, I think, like the number one thing that I tell people when you're switching simulators or getting used to another simulator. Get your sensitivities dialed in. Everybody prefers, some people like lighter feeling aircrafts. Some people prefer to feel the weight and just how like heavy an airplane can be. So it really depends. That should be your number one thing though, I think. Finding some sensitivities that you enjoy. Cop man, what's up, man? Good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I will stream the 380. All right, here comes profile descent. And there we go. We should be any second starting our descent. And there it goes. Profile descent. Descending into Bogota. What sensitivity settings do you run for the TCA Airbus side stick? I'd have to check aviation. Whatever it is, I'm running the suggested sensitivities that Phoenix put up when their new flight model came out. However it was ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago. I can't remember. I'd have to check for you. Next time we're flying Airbus, let me know. Then I'll check for you. Puller of Spikes, my man, dropping the $20 donation. Huge no floaties to you, dude. Thank you very much for support. Appreciate you, my man. Incredibly kind afternoon to you, good sir. Thanks for continuing to support the channel. Very, very kind of you, my friend. I hope you're having a great weekend, dude. I know it's Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl this weekend, so I know a lot of my American friends are excited. Super Bowl Sunday. Also got any way to disable the pushback tug in the default ground. I have GSX and it's annoying. Any way to disable the pushback tug in default?
Afternoon, Cap.
Hey man, thank you so much, Pro Spikes. It should go away as soon as you request boarding or anything, Mac, from GSX. So in the GSX menu, I believe it's going to show up no matter what. But like once you request boarding or something like that, it should be good to go. It should remove all the default vehicles that spawn in while you're there. I don't know if there's a way to remove them. I'd have to check. If you use those settings for the Airbus, would it work well with the yoke or aircraft too? Well, no, they're going to be very different, aviation. Oh, you mean work well with the yoke aircraft too using your side stick? It should, yes. Now, what you may have to do, aviation, is you may have to actually create profiles. I have 3 or 4 different profiles for my yoke. So I have like a profile for the 737, I have a profile for the A300, I have a profile for the 310, and I think I have a profile for the default 74 and 787. So is your core isolation turned off? I have no clue. I don't know, TKC. Honestly, I'm not really concerned about performance now with this frame gen mod. I'm not really having any issues. And apparently Sim Update 15 that's coming or whatever is supposed to increase performance as well. They've said 20 to 25% performance increase, so those are pretty big numbers. Tyler with another $5. My man. Huge no floaties, guys. Thank you so much. Polar Spikes with the 20. Tyler with another 5. Thank you so much, Tyler. It's literally like $25 or $30 from Tyler. Thanks, dude. Captain, next week we fly the A320 Neo. Yeah, maybe. With the new flight model. That's probably the most, probably what I should be doing. Yeah. It depends, Diego. If we have more info about the Phoenix, or the Phoenix potentially is going to be out, maybe not. If not, we'll fly the A320 Neo next week. Yeah. Probably going to install the Phoenix later. Nice, dude. Enjoy, buddy. Enjoy, man. Hell of an aircraft.
I'm only flying with one engine. My number 2 engine overheated.
How does that happen? How does your engine just overheat? Huge no floaties to you, Tyler. Thanks for support, man. It'll be a fun arrival with only one engine. You guys see screenshots for GSX settings? I think I can open them up. Yeah, GSX settings. There you go. We'll take a screenshot of that. You're definitely going to want to turn some things off. There's... Yeah. Oh, I need to turn this off. Ignore icing. If enabled, pushback won't ask to wait. Okay, good. Thank you. Because that's ridiculous. And then I'll go to timings as well. Timings, you may want to take a look at that. The Flite R320 is a butter machine right now. Interesting. Okay. And that's with their new flight model update. Where is the lift to pushback? The lift is in the aircraft settings. Customize airplane and turn off pushback raise. Pushback raise.
Hey Cap, good to see you.
Austin.
Any third-person extreme landings today? Whoops, wrong person.
This fucking guy. Huge no floaties to you, Austin. Thank you for your support. No, sir. No extreme third-party landings with my PlayStation controller for me today, my friend. We're going to stick to using our Thrustmaster yoke, pedals, throttle. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate you, Austin. You can't grease this landing. I'll do my best, man. 8,500 foot elevation. If there's any landings that usually... what I'm going to try and do is keep the power in as best as I can, or maybe put a little bit more back trim. But these high elevation landings, man, you got to be careful with them. You have to remember, it's like we're landing at 8,500 feet right now, so it's very different. You can see here, airport elevation, 8358. It's very different than landing at sea level and how that kind of behaves on the aircraft. $2 landing for a mouse landing. Can you even fly with the aircraft? I know X-Plane you can. Like X-Plane actually makes a little box and you control the aircraft within there. Tomorrow I will take an ICAO English exam. Wish me luck. All the best, Peter. All the best, man. Do you know when the Phoenix update comes out or approximately comes out upcoming week? I have no clue, dude. I have no clue at this point, man. Cap, is there a setting in GSX on what pushback tug shows up, or is it based on the profile? If you have a profile, it's going to be based on the profile, Beaver. Yes, I believe. There may be something in the customized aircraft, but I'm not sure. Engine performance is completely different at these altitudes. Oh yes, there's a lot less. You need a lot more N1 to actually go forward and do anything, so... Ever thought of doing fat sim controlling? I have, yes. It's something that I'd like to get into at some point. I'd love to control for like Toronto. That'd be really, really cool.
No traffic, United 83, heavy, 30 miles.
When I just landed, you better keep the throttle in. It just drops like a rock. Yep, that's what I'm expecting. You almost want to fly it into the ground. GSX chooses the tug if you spawn to a different gate or a port, or restart sim, a different tug may or may not pop up. Interesting. What edition of Microsoft should I buy? I don't know. I would say probably just the standard version would be good enough, but yeah. Probably why it's a long runway. Oh, 100%. Yeah, it needs to be that long for that. Absolutely. What is transition altitude here, chat? Okay, it is 18,000 feet. Good. And if we look at the weather again here briefly, nobody online on VATSIM, so we'll just get the Metro report here. Winds are 140 at 12, blowing right down the runway. Who would have thought flying into an airport for the first time in a very long time, we're actually getting decent winds? Somebody was saying it's been 4 years since I've flown into Bogota. I don't know if that's true or not, but somebody was saying earlier that it's been 4 years the last time I've flown into here, which if it is, I apologize. That's craziness. All right, 1025 is set. It's been 5 years? Jesus, dude. 1025. I was gonna say, in today's day and age, that's worthy of getting canceled. Somebody's gonna put in chat, Captain hates South Americans. Do you prefer the first 5 minutes after takeoff or the last 5 minutes landing in real life? I don't know. Both are pretty fun, right? Most of the time, if you're landing, you're either going to a place or you're coming home from being out somewhere. So, I don't know. Probably landing, if I had to choose. Man, the ortho out here, though, is just brutal. It's like just textures on top of all these mountains out here. It's, ugh. Do you think of the release of the PMDG 777 will be announced? I would say within the next couple of weeks we'll get an announcement, yes. Within 2 to 3 weeks, I think we'll have an announcement. Apparently we're still above profile, so I'm going to get some ground spoiler out here a little bit. We are coming up on transition. I've already said it now, but you can set it early. It's okay. There's no ATC. FSX terrain, something going on down there, man. It's fucking brutal, dude. Like, that is... ugh. That's real bad. Considering we have, like, South America... I don't... It's like it's a cloud, but they've, like, somehow... It's, like, tried to, like, AI out the cloud, but it makes, like... It's just weird. Not nice. It's the clouds and the scenery he tried to remove. That's what I'm... That's what it looks like, yeah. I've been... It's really bad, though. It's everywhere. Like, it's everywhere you look out here. You can barely go... you know, a couple miles without more of it popping up. It's everywhere. It's like trying to mask it as we fly along, but... We need to do the circle to land into Kobe I introduced you to. That was a blast. That was a fun one. Yeah. Will you ever get the Latin VFR 340 when it comes out? No, absolutely not. Sorry, man. I'm sure there will be others that will pick it up, but no, for me, not really my style of airplane. Do you only fly on Microsoft? Do you also fly on X-Plane? I own X-Plane. I haven't flown an X-Plane in quite a while. It's been probably 6 months plus since I've used X-Plane. I prefer flying a Microsoft, if that's what you're asking. I prefer flying in this sim. Is this airplane free or not? No, it is not free. You can put exclamation point aircraft in chat. It's not like it's expensive, but it's not free. No. I'm right behind you. That's okay, man. If we need to log off, we can log off. There's nobody online. We're keeping speed restrictions. Speed restrictions, altitude restrictions. So we had to be at 13,000 feet on the restriction. That's what it is. 215 knots, 13,000 feet. And then we're intercepting at 10,000 feet. I mean, look at that, Chad. You're literally intercepting the glide slope at 10,000 feet. That's absolutely insane. So we'll descend 10,000 feet. It'll hit the restriction here for us anyways, but we'll descend there. I am going to get, because of the speed restriction, I've got to get slats out. Slats 15 degrees. And we're probably going to have to get flaps out here as well in a second. You're basically at 8,000 feet right now. It's crazy high terrain. It's wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah. Alright, ground spoilers are in. We're going to arm those. After this song ends, we'll pause the music and get back to our sim sounds. It's a good playlist today. I like that playlist. I don't think we skipped any songs for like being annoying or anything like that. It was a good playlist. Slaps and flaps. Slaps and flaps. Alright, here comes the 210 speed restriction. Cap, what throttle do you use for this plane, the TCA or the Bravo? Right now I'm using the Bravo. And that's just because I had it out when I was flying the 737 last week. It's easier to keep the whole setup just kind of here, right? Pretty sure landing light's going at 18,000, most likely because we're well above 10,000 feet now, even though we're, right? So, yeah, we'll just do it anyways. We'll do it anyways at 13,000. Alright, I do see an aircraft right in front of me. It's right here. It looks like he's intercepting. We're doing speed. What I may do is let's go to vertical speed. We'll go minus 500 feet per minute. And we'll bug this down to, I'll go like 200 knots or 190. Just to slow up a little bit. Our approach speed is 142. 142. And what I'm going to do is activate final approach mode now. 142. Ground spoilers. I did arm them good. We're going to go auto brake low as well. Alright. I'm going to get slats 15 degrees out. Beautiful. Getting rocked around a little bit right now. Coming over top of these mountain tops. Bring my speed back down to 180. We're just trying to stay behind this aircraft here in front of us. He's right there, in case you're wondering. He was there. Might have been gone now. Alright, sounds are coming up from the airplane. Bumpy. Bumpy, bumpy, chat. See, that looks nice. Those mountains need some attention. They do. But it's crazy about this sim is you can go from like it looking awful to like a scene like this and you're just like, damn. Damn. You know? It looks nice. I don't want to talk about the A350, but what do you expect it to be around the same price as the A300? I have no clue, man, to be honest with you. I really don't know. I really, really, really don't know. I'd love to see that, but I just don't know if it's going to be a thing. 10,000 feet, we're going at about 1,000 feet per minute. Somebody was saying that the vertical speed is bugged, it just resets itself. We're going to keep an eye on it. We're currently descending on path. There's glide slope localizer. I'm going to arm localizer. Our speed is good. I'm actually going to start rolling it back to 170. Audio, my mic. Fuck. Alright, should be good. I don't know why the mic's done that. The mic has done that the last... did that yesterday too, didn't it? Did it on Thursday, didn't it? Thursday afternoon? It did that? Alright, we got a little bit above profile, but don't worry, it's fine. Everything's looking good. We're going to go slats and flaps 20 degrees. I'm going to bug up final approach speed, which was going to be 143. If you're having issues, just refresh, guys. Refresh the stream. If it's still giving you audio issues, just refresh. Everything's fine now. Alright, 160 knots, slats and flaps full. Runway turnoffs, all of that's looking good. Alright, we're going to get our replay in. Start recording. Alright, we're recording. Yo, Kim's on. Alrighty. Let's have an arrival, shall we, friends? At about 1,300 feet. Sounds are up. My airplane. Enjoy the arrival, guys. Oh, she's bumpy. Crazy how much thrust you need to get it going. Big old float on that one. We're down. Knots, reverser stowed, auto brake off. We're going to keep it rolling. Yeah, definitely floaty. A little bit of the overflare there. You could just see the altitude, just how much it affects the flight model. That thing was like a brick. And then you pull back and it just wants to, you know, just wants to go. Not bad though. Not bad at all, friends. We rolled it all the way out to where we wanted to go. We're going to vacate here to the left. We're going to go park with our friends down here. Not too shabby, my amigos. Still within the touchdown zone. That's really all that matters. Was it sluggish? Oh, definitely. You could definitely feel that we were landing at an altitude. 100%. It was not as nimble. Hello, Joby. Alrighty, there we go. Sweet. Landing lights coming off. Nose light to taxi. Strobe lights are off. Runway turn-offs are off. Wing lights are off. AP master start switch is on. Clear left. We're going to the right. Clean up our ground spoilers and our flaps. And we'll stop our clock. 2 hours and 59 minutes, chat. We're 2 minutes early. Yeah, scenery's not bad. It's not bad scenery. It's not my favorite scenery, but it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. I see some FedEx planes here. I think one of them is static. I think that's the static one, and that's the other one. I think we just park anywhere we want. Do you not use your Toby anymore? I do. I do. Yeah. I just didn't have it configured. I find Toby, it's a little bit difficult to like hold your head like that and hit the switches. So I tend to only use Toby like when I'm taxiing around and stuff like that. It's okay for like looking up quickly and just starting like an APU or something like that, but manipulating all the switches and stuff like that, that's a pain in the ass. All right, we're gonna go to this one right here. I don't know. We'll go in between these guys. What is this gonna be? Echo. I do have a profile here, I believe. I downloaded one last night. find any of that. We'll go to Echo 4, whatever this one is right now. Taxi light off. Nose light, sorry. It's right between these two guys. Do you use AI traffic for the ground? No, these are all people on VATSIM. These are all other VATSIM users. I'm curious to see if we ballooned that landing. I don't think we ballooned it. We might have a little bit. We'll have a look-see here in the replay. The replay will let us know. Call it right about there. Should be good. Park brake is on. Upstairs, APU is on. APU bleed system is on. APU gen is on. Wonderful. Engine number 2 is off. Engine number 1 is off. Red beacon light comes off. Engine ignition system is off as well. Pitch trim, yaw dampers, ATS, beautiful. Fuel pumps off. Window heat off. Probe heat off. Seatbelt signs off. And there we have it, friends. Beautiful. Looking good. Cool. GSX, request deboarding. Down here. Down here, we'll go to ground equipment. We'll open up the main cargo door. Beautiful, my amigos. That was a great flight, actually. I really enjoyed that one. Not too long, not too short, literally just under 3 hours, but it gets us all the way down here to South America. Gets us into Bogota for the very first time in a long time. I apologize about the microphone going all crazy on short final there. Everybody was yelling at me. I was looking at charts and making sure we had everything set correctly, so I apologize for that. Guys, if you did enjoy, please don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. We always go for 300 likes. I don't think we're going to hit 300 likes on today's live stream, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me as well. Today was a lot of fun. I love going to new places and doing new flights and stuff like that, so being able to do something like this is always a pleasure. It's always a great time. I think tomorrow what we're going to do is we're going to do Memphis to Atlanta. We're gonna download and install the new Atlanta Imagine Sim 2.0. We're gonna see if it's any better than the original version of the airport. The original version of the airport was mediocre at best, so I'd be curious to see if version 2 is actually worthwhile. Now, we are flying cargo into Atlanta, but we'll be able to look around and be able to poke around and see if it's worth it. But I think that's a good day for Sunday as well. I think it's about an hour and 15 minutes each way. So Skyworker, yes, correct. Sorry, you wanted to see how the airport looks. Let's do a quick little tour, shall we? Because there are two versions of this. This is the V-Pilot design compared to the what's the other one? Double T or something, I think is the other one. I think it actually looks pretty good, to be honest. I think they did a great job. I love the dirty look of the taxiways, and like, look at it. I mean, it's all dirty and grimy where the aircrafts park. I love this. This is my favorite rendition when developers do this and they actually make the airport look used and abused. I love it. I love it. Some are actually like darker and dirtier than others, like these ones here, probably because there's where the big boys are parking. Great scenery. I would give this my seal of approval. Yes, I would say that this is the one that I would be picking up. Really, really cool little airport, man. I hope they can fix the ortho, and I hope they can address some of the things, because as soon as you basically enter the Colombian airspace, it kind of goes to whack. So there's another little terminal over here as well. I don't know, maybe that's where all the little charters and stuff go. There's some stuff down here as well. And then, of course, the whole city center is down over here as well, which makes it pretty cool. I think there's some cool approaches you can do down here as well. So, yeah, I would say that it is worth it. I would say that it is a nice scenery. Definitely worth it. I could say pick it up. I could. Okay, let's go back in here. Let's go to GSX. Let's stop our recording. We've got a recording to do. Let's go ahead and restart that. Let's come down here. Let's close all the doors. Doors, closed. Good. Let's go to our tablet. Let's go and get this in a ready for takeoff state. Confirm. Good. I'm going to put the slats and flaps all the way full. So give that a second. What do you use to turn the plane on the ground? Do you use your yoke? No, rudder pedals. Rudder pedals for the most part. When I'm flying Airbus, I have the twist axis on my joystick that acts as a nose. Until we get somebody to do a tiller, man. This is what the tiller, basically when you're using your rudder, you can have it set so this is your tiller. Yeah, hopefully we get a tiller someday soon, man. Someday soon, hopefully we get a tiller. All right, engines are spooling back up. Let's get all of our lights back on here for the replay. We'll be able to look at the replay, see if we floated it all that bad. Pendular tiller, please. I mean, that'd be badass. I want to do a flight Avianca from Bogota to Orlando. That's a good one. Yeah, a little bit longer than this one, right? Probably like, what, 3.5, 345, something like that. Using my Airbus stick as a tiller with the Boeing yoke. Yeah, it's a great idea as well. Definitely doable. Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it, man. I mean, at this point, Brad, we've essentially just built a brand off of this, right? Like, that's what this is. We've built a brand for ourselves, and we're rocking it, man. We're rocking it. We're taking it to the grave. All right, flaps are full. Everything's good to go. Let's go ahead and watch a replay, shall we? Make sure I'm disconnected from VATSIM. All right, I'm disconnected from VATSIM. So it was a 1.05 on the G, 114. I mean, it was a nice landing rate. Obviously, it was a little bit floaty. But let's see if it was nice. Oh, we got all the alarms going off today, no problem. We're going to go from right here. That's fine. Don't pay attention to that. Hopefully we don't hear that. Yeah, we don't hear that. All right, perfect. Cool. And we'll be able to watch up here. Can a tiller be made with a Raspberry Pi and a rotary encoder? I don't see why there's anything that says you couldn't. Right? Nothing that says you couldn't. I don't know. Can't wait to see the landing on the outside. Yeah, here, I'll show you actually. We'll do the outside for the first. We'll see if we got a little bit balloony on this one. My guess is that we did, but I'm going to take this time now to thank my mods, my donators, and my sponsors. Thank you all so much for everything that you do for the channel. Without you guys here, none of this would be possible. So seriously, thank you all for the support today. All of the gifted members. We had 14 gifted members today. Thank you all very much for all the gifted support and all the donations as well today. Huge no floaties to you guys, man. Thank you for all the support. I truly do appreciate it. Everybody that helps out the channel in the way that they can, incredibly kind. Thank you, man. Put a potentiometer would be better with a spring to center it. That would be kind of cool. So there's a little bit of the heavy flare right there. Maybe like the slightest little balloon and then down. Again, just a little bit of an overflare, well within the touchdown zone. It was floaty for sure, but well within the touchdown zone. I'd rather have a little bit of a floaty than a big old smash. But yeah, it looks like we just ballooned it a tad. And again, that's probably just to do with the elevation, right? Just the way that it was. We definitely overflared just a tad. I would agree. A little bit of a balloon. Not too bad. Could have been worse. I don't know if that warrants a go around. I feel like with the winds and the way that we were kind of getting knocked around as well. I don't know. It didn't look like it was gusty winds, but you can definitely tell it was fighting some stuff there to keep it on the center line. But regardless, happy with that one. Still a good landing. Again, I haven't landed at an altitude like this in forever, so I know that there's always a little bit of a difference when landing at altitude, but this one was fun. I had a lot of fun. We'll definitely come back to Bogota now that we've got the scenery as well. Definitely come back to Bogota. At some point, I'd like to do the return flight as well. I'd like to go from Bogota back to Miami in the FedEx, so maybe that's something we can do for the future. That would have been good if we just held that right there, which we kind of did, but I think I held it a little bit too much. I don't even think I overflared all that much. If you look at it, it's just kind of like that I just pulled a little bit too hard initially, and that's where we kind of, because I basically just held the flare. I didn't want to start forcing the nose back down because I knew we were right there. The ground was, once you hear the 5 and you have that little bit of that float, you're like, okay. You just don't want to hear 5 and then 5 again, because that means you're definitely coming way up off of it. But wasn't too bad. Guys, thanks again for being here. Appreciate it. To everybody that cannot donate using a monetary value, but donates with your time, your effort, hanging out in stream, smash down the thumbs up button, flying with me on VATSIM. Thank you all so much for the support, man. You guys are absolutely incredible. I truly do appreciate every single one of you that comes in here to hang out with me stream after stream. You know the plan tomorrow? Imagine Sim Atlanta version 2. Going to do some Memphis to Atlanta ops. It's a great little sector. I believe they send the A300 on this sector as well, so it should be a great day of flying. If you guys have nothing to do tomorrow, 2 great sceneries. Well, we're going to find out if it's great, but at least we know we've got the great Memphis scenery, and then into the new Imagine Sim Atlanta. So hopefully that is as good as they've promoted. Fingers crossed on that one. I don't know if it's going to be, but I'm going to install it right now here after this one. It's ready for update on my my Sim Market app. Guys, have a great Saturday evening. Appreciate everybody being here, and I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. Memphis to Atlanta. See you.